work harder. In the end, it will get better. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Please don't put us by. Let us unite. So let's make it right. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. If you got life, then give God praise. You may not have much, but you're living day by day. You can have faith and don't want to work. Get up off that seat and put that brain to work. Hey, hey, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Hey, it's a beautiful day. It may not be the way I want it to be, but I thank you for every situation that made me good and bad friends that came into my life, and those who are still here today. Lord, I thank you. Yeah. 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 Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. Don't fuss and fight. Let us unite. We got one life. So let's make it right. It's a beautiful day. Yeah. It's a beautiful day.
Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Jerusalem, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, khona buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch. A pleasant good morning to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the world by extension. Good morning to all those who are locked onto the Street 919 FM. Welcome once again to Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition with Empress Judy and Associates. We are located at 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria, in the beautiful Twin Islands Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, located in the heart of the tropical Caribbean. Wherever you are this morning, and you are locked on to the number one station in our nation, the Street 919 FM, welcome. Thank you for taking time off from your busy schedule and taking this time, this half hour with me, Empress Judy, and my staff of Nature's Touch. Those of you in the maxis, in the taxis, possibly in a train, in your office space, possibly outside in your yard, working in your garden, because I have clients who said I was in my garden, Empress, and I listened to you, wherever you are. And a special good morning to all the first-time persons who are tuning in. You know, I have a lot of people said, Empress, the first time I listened to the Street 919 FM, it was your voice I heard. And for that, I'm always honored to say thank you. And I always extend to them. There are much more. There are a lot more programs you can listen to. So just tune in to the number one station in the nation, the Street 919 FM. Remember, we are located at 7th Avenue North. Our office numbers to call. Listen to me. Take your pens, your pencils, your paper, whatever device you're putting onto your phone, and call these numbers after the program. If you wish to speak to me before that time, you could call the Street 919 FM number that I will give. But these two numbers are the numbers that you connect with Nature's Touch. Take down the two. So if you don't get one, you call the other. All right? That's why we have two numbers or more. So the numbers to call, this is a cell phone number, and that's also a WhatsApp number, 1-868-398-8282. That's 1-868, which is our area code in Trinidad and Tobago. The number 398-8282. Very easy to remember. And our office number of Nature's Touch, that's our office number that you connect with us from our office. 1-868, our area code, 241-7568. Those are the numbers that you connect, that you call to make your appointment, to ask any question you would like to, any information about the services that we provide at Nature's Touch, where we are located, anything you want to know. Call those numbers, and I will repeat those numbers as we go along in the program. But for those of you, and there's no one at Nature's Touch this morning again. Princess is at school, Kanisha is at school, Luan is off today, my girl Cindy don't come in on a Friday. So there's no one at Nature's Touch. I have the cell phone number. What I want you to do after the program, you can call me or you can leave a WhatsApp message and I will return all those calls to you during the course of the day. You can call me on the office number anytime today from 2 p.m. because I have some things to get done today and I would want persons to call me when I'm able to answer your call properly. But just connect with me. You can send a message, just touch the mobile number, come off the phone once it's recorded, and I will return all those calls to you folks. Before I get into the program, I would like to say thanks to all the folks who came out last Saturday to celebrate the Father's Day special. It was awesome. Both male and female came out in their numbers. It was dynamic. It was really nice to see persons came out adhering to the call of taking care of their health, which is the number one concern we have, which is what you're supposed to have at the foremost before you make any budget in your life. Put health first, because if you are not enjoying good health, you will not be able to do any of the things you plan. All right? So thanks to all the folks that came out. I want to say a special good morning to Miss Roslyn. That's the daughter of deceased Mother Randu. You know, she's always there bringing on the folks. Good morning to everyone and the people who she brought out last week and who enjoyed, who left very happy, much happier than they came in. Thank you so much, Sister Roslyn. I know you're always there praying and, you know, extending your love and the message of Nature Touch to all that you make contact with. Thank you so much. Good morning to Miss Maguire. She does the same. Good morning to Miss Glenda Odian First Street in Barataria, my dear relative. Good morning to you, Miss Glenda. Good morning to all the folks, everyone. And I want to say a special happy birthday to my dear Mr. King. Yes, that gentleman who calls here, right here, he take the time out and he dialed me right here from the street 919 FM. Plus, he connect with me via my WhatsApp and send out my morning greetings and whatever. And Mr. King is celebrating his 86th birthday. And today is born day. It's earth strong. How many different ways we describe it, but he was born on this date. And we give thanks for long life. And that gentleman is still taking care of his health. He texted me this morning early and he said, Empress, today is my birthday. I'm 86. And he made his appointment for the new one coming already. And he's 86 and we have people who are much younger than him fail miserably where their health are concerned. And I'm saying to you this morning, take up that mantle of ensuring that your health is your number one priority. We have so many priorities. We place them all in the wrong places. But place your health at the topmost of your list. Those of you who never came to Nature's Church, it's your opportunity again this Saturday. Tomorrow, God's willing. Call me after the program, or you could call me during this course and say, Empress, can you put me down? And I'll take the number and I will speak with you after the program. I'd like to extend a warm greetings to a very dear gentleman, Mr. Oscar Jones, out there in Quebec, in Canada. You know, after I left here, I saw a message from him last Friday and I called him and we had a very long conversation and he told me, Empress, I always listen to you way back and I know you right now. You are locked on to the number one station in the nation, the Street 919 FM. And thank you so much, Mr. Jones, you and your family for being part, even though you are far away, you are still connected to your country. That is somebody that we must say thank you for. And he has spread the good news even from so far. He told a lot of his friends and relatives and the folks out in Tobago about Nature's Touch. As I said, Tobago, good morning to the folks out there in Tobago and all the other Caribbean islands. And I have some folks coming into Nature's Touch this weekend from Tobago. Thank you so much for, you know, leaving your busy schedule, taking the time to journey to Trinidad to take care of your health, as many others have done. But you know, it's always good when people look into themselves and say, I need to get myself to Nature's Touch. And they do come. And they never leave empty-handed. They never leave unhappy. They always leave fulfilled. And you know, as I said, fulfilled, I want to say a pleasant good morning to my eldest brother, Nigel, out there in New Grant. You know, Father's Day was celebrated and I don't have a father anymore. And when I left, I said, you know what? My eldest brother, although I am elder than him, but he's the eldest male in our family, and my immediate mother, father, brother, sisters. Yes, although he came, you know, after 5 of us girls, but he's our eldest brother, and we love him and we adore him. We love all our brothers, but you know, he's the first brother we have. And I called my sisters because we have a family trust foundation, and I said, you know what? Let us honor my eldest brother, our eldest brother, because daddy is not here. And my brother worked hard. And, you know, he has a family, and let's ensure that his health is in the right place. Let us wait for me to get a message that he's in the hospital or he's not feeling well or he's dead. Let us take care of him. That's where you demonstrate true love for each other. Not waiting until the person gets sick and then you pretend or you're running, lining up by the hospital and being in a frenzy. You do what you need to do. Be proactive, as I always say to you folks out there. And my other sisters make the connection because, you know, I'm very busy. And my other sisters make the connection. Give thanks to them. Good morning, my sister Sherian and Arlene. Good morning to you folks. And, you know, they did what they had to do. And my brother was there very early, along with my mother. You see, a supportive family is always good. My mother came along as well. My other relative came along as well. And a little nephew came along as well. You know, Kenisha dad was there as well. We all came together. And my brother, when he left, he said, he told my sisters and them, he reported, it was the best ever time he spent away from work and everything. He said, you know what, I could have spent 2 weeks at Empress Place. 2 weeks I could have just stayed there. And he said, you know, he loved how the girls work, Princess Kenisha, Luan, and Cindy, how they all work together and we all bring it home, taking care of their health professionally. He added that. And for that, I say thanks to my brother for observing, because sometimes you don't get those praises from persons who are near to you. They find fault. But you know what? I've had a very good support from both from my family and from my clients. And for that, I say thanks to the creator of life for all those wonderful people who have been around with us. It's really, really nice to know when you are loved and when you are, you know, people recognize what you do, you know, and that keeps you going on. It gives you the energy to continue to take care of each other. Because, you know, I always like to quote from the Bible, which many, many of us believe in. The Bible says, love one another as your Creator loves you. And that's how you extend love. That's why you tell people, go to Nature's Touch. Call this number, 1-868-398-8282. The office number, 241-7568. Where are they located? They are located at 7th Avenue North, via the Eastern Main Road in Barataria, Trinidad and Tobago. And I want you folks out there, wherever you are hearing my voice this morning, tell a loved one, if you live in the UK and you have loved ones in Trinidad and you are not able to come yourself, tell them come and take care of their health. Don't wait until you have to book a ticket that costs thousands of dollars to come to your funeral when you could have spent a few hundred and saved their life. If you're in the US, to do the same, as I have many persons doing. I have persons in the UK. I have a dear friend, you know, she's a friend of Miss Glenda. Miss Glenda told her about Nature's Touch. And she called me, Empress, I have so-and-so. Take care of them for me. How much it costs? She even helped pay the expenses because she care. Care is taking care of each other. Not saying it with mouth. Action. Be active about what you're doing. Don't just talk and then you have to talk the talk and walk it as well. Do it. Bring them along. Take time out of your busy schedule. You know, I had to chastise a client of mine, you know. She told me her husband wanted to come. And she's trying to see if she can get him to come at 7 p.m. the night. I said, by that time, I'm tired. Remember, I have to balance my life. I have, besides Nature's Touch, I have a lot of other things that I have to do. And I have to take care of my health. Because if I am not healthy, I cannot take care of the people that comes to me. Massage therapy, speaking to people via the phone, giving them directions, talking with them, listening to their concerns and their cries and their complaints of how they feel. It takes a lot of energy. So I take my rest. So when the time comes and I said, okay, I got to take that rest. I cannot continue late in the evening when I'm drained of energy. I have to, you know, rejuvenate. As my ads say, rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul. Empress has to do that as well. When I speak about anything, it is for me. As I always said to you, whatever we give to you, we use it ourselves at Nature's Touch. And we see the benefits. We see the benefit, the great benefits of the natural herbal supplement, all from the source of nature, created by the one and only great and magnificent creator, the omnipotent creator God. Where he said that the herbs of the land was created for the healing of the nation. Empress didn't say so. I didn't write those words. Those words came from the word of God, and it is true. I was demonstrating to some of my clients even yesterday as I said that good morning, pleasant good morning to my dear cousin, and she's also my godmother, Miss Monica Harriet Audier in Maloney. She brought along 2 of her friends yesterday along, and the driver, everyone was happy at Nature's Touch. They said, Empress, we are so happy to have come. When people leave you and they say they're happy and they leave radiant and they leave feeling more energized, and you see the radiance in their face, you know that you did a good job. And my cousin always bring along somebody, my godmother as well. Thank you so much, Sister Monica Audier, to all of the folks and all of the ladies that came along, and every other client out there in Maloney and all those surrounding areas. Good morning from Nature's Touch. As the Creator God say, above all things, I wish that you have good health, that your soul may prosper. It all connects with this body. Once your health, once you are healthy and your health is in good check, it is in right standing, you can conquer the world. You can do all the things. But if you are not enjoying good health, if your health is being attacked by diabetes, cancers, respiratory problems, and all the other issues that we face on a daily basis as a people, you will never be able to enjoy your life. But you need to take care of your health. And how do you do that? By coming and calling the numbers 1-868-398-8282 or 1-868-241-7568 and be on your way to good and excellent health. What better do you want more than to be healthy? You know, I was saying to my cousins and to the ladies that came, I said, you know, we have a culture of planning to become sick. And I said, how sad that is. You don't plan to get sick. There's one thing we all know, that once you are born, you will die. You don't plan to get sick. You plan to keep alive as long as you can by taking care of your health in all aspects of the ways. Put your health first. And we have failed miserably. A lot of people have sit back. They sat and they allowed themselves to become crippled because you were born with an impediment. You were born with a challenge. You say he was born like this and she was born like this, and you never take that person out to any place to get themselves massage. Massage therapy helps in formulation of blood in the veins, the capillaries. All those things come into play. The veins in the body are able to function. But when you leave it like a stagnant drain and you do not clean it and you do not take care of it, you will fall prey to disease and illness and never enjoy your life. You know, I asked my relative of another relative, and they said, you know, he's the same size because he had an issue when he was born. And it saddened me to know, and I have to reach out to my cousin and let her know that he have to be massaged. Take care of him, stretch his limbs, as the old folks used to do when we were children. When the babies, after having the baby's bath, they used to put the baby on the bed or in the cot, whatever the baby would have been, or even on across their knees, and they would have massaged those babies with the natural coconut oil. Massage them put the mole of the head, oil in the head before they bathe them and after they bath them. The sole of the feet, the back, the lungs, the chest. And we had healthy, beautiful skin, healthy organs, nice hair, everything about you, your nails, naturally beautiful, people, because of your foundation. If you have a weak foundation, you will not be able to withstand the storms of life that connects with the human being where health are concerned. You will fall prey to all these disease and illness that has plagued the lives of people. That's why we at Nature's Touch has turned to the natural way of healing the body. As I told you, I am a trained nurse. I know about the anatomy and the physiology of the human body, how it functions. I understand it. That's why I'm able to incorporate it with the natural way which has been designed by the Creator. The old way that I grew up knowing. You know, yesterday I was saying to my cousin, I was reflecting, I said, you remember when our grandmother, she's much older than me, but it was done to her, and she said, yes. They used to take us to the pond, the river, that we owned. It was ours. In the beautiful countryside, St. Mary's Village in the Maruga Road, Western Trace. We were by the pond, and we used to be bathed with the lemons. I said, that's why I got that idea. Remove all the dead skin cells from the body, clean the body so that your pores are open and you can breathe, you can perspire and take out all. That's the way of detoxifying the body. When you clean and remove all those dead skin cells and allow the body to function as it was designed, detoxify the body, colon cleanse, and then we carry those at Nature's Touch. This weekend at Nature's Touch, you can get those bottles of colon cleanse for $100, which naturally goes at $300. You will get it for $100. Call me. Do not sit back and say, I good, and then next week you're sick. The detox cleanse that removes toxic waste from the body is also. Before I go to the detox cleanse, I want to tell you another thing about the colon cleanse. It doesn't only remove hardened feces, compacted feces, which you have eaten and stored in the colon area. What it does, it purifies the blood. Because I remember when we were children and you have a little eczema, you scratch yourself, or you see you have these heat rashes that you run to now, and you have to take your child to the doctor to get a prescription. Our parents used to take care of that right home by ways of cleansing the body system. When you put and you rub on stuff on your body and you have not cleaned the internal structure, you're only spinning top in mud. You need to get rid of the toxic waste, the poisonous waste that is embedded in the body structure. And then you can put in good things. You can't just run to your doctor or come to Nature's Touch and say, I have to get something for my prostate. I have to get something for my fibroids. I have to get something for my chest. I have mucus on my chest. Yes, but you have to clean out those areas. As I always say, you cannot put new wine in an old bottle or a dirty bottle. It's going to spoil the new wine. You have to clean. You have to put a new, clean bottle, a sterile bottle. Clean it out. And then you have things happening internally. Blood is life. If your blood is stagnant and it cannot function, you will not be able to get anything happening. You will be like, as I describe it, throwing water on plastic. It will only bounce off. It can't get into, because there are blockages. There are things that inhibiting the flow. And you have to understand this, people. You can't just live and just pop something in the mouth because somebody tells you it's good and not do a proper thing. When people come to me and said, Empress, well, just give me something. I said, no, I cannot treat you like that. I have to take care of you the proper way. And I'll make it possible. That's why we have packages. That's why we have the self package, we have the family package, we have the friends and friends of the family package. We have everything to suit you. All you need to do is call. We have the same price range from last week. We continue because some persons who weren't able to come out last week, you will get that special when you come. If there's other thing to do, well, we will work out something. But it would never be something that you cannot afford to do. And that's what I want you all to understand. Come and sit on that 9D NLS body analysis machine and see what's happening with yourself internally. Even externally can show. Look at the blood. Blood is life. The clumping of the blood. It can tell you if you might have a trace of sickle cell or something. Next week when I come, I'll try to do a program on the sickle cell. An entire program on the sickle cell, which is something that a lot of people has a taboo for. They hide it. They are ashamed. There's nothing wrong. I told this to people. We all are human. There's nothing that would pass you by once you allow yourself to be exposed. And if something happened to you because you didn't have any knowledge of it, there are persons, there are many, many, many people right here in Trinidad and Tobago can assist you, which includes Nature's Touch. There have never been anyone who came to our doors and we couldn't help them. Give them that assistance. Give them that assurance that they are on the way to good health. But you need to connect with us. You can't just stay home and wonder if. You keep pouring a lot of things in your system, which is bouncing off. Why is this bouncing off? Because it's not able to be absorbed into your blood. Why? Because there are blockages. You need to detoxify the body system. You need to get blood circulation going. And that's why we have the supplements. Then we have the body healer. So we give you all these things in step. Then we have the massage therapy. We have the feet spa and hand spa, which detoxifies the body, which enables blood to flow freely. We have seen it. People came in with very, very swollen feet. Hands painful. Good morning to that lady out there in Point 14. Good morning. She is a friend of Jill's Kitchen. And the lady was referred to us. And that lady leave happy, her and her daughter. Good morning to the folks out there in Point 410. And good morning to the folks at Jill's Kitchen, at Mokoya Garden. Good morning to Auntie Beryl. Good morning to Auntie Bernice and Tavio and all the other folks that has been recommended to us by other persons. Good morning. So I'm saying this to you folks to understand that you don't stay. Share the good news of good health to everyone you meet. Let them feel good too. Don't wait until they get sick, because these days, you can't even visit somebody at the hospital because what's happening? Because there's one visit, one person, and 1 hour. Long ago, we used to have to ask people to leave and come in turns. Now there's only one person can come. How sad, but that's the time we are living in. Avoid going to that place by taking care of your health, by being proactive. Take front before front takes you. That's what it means. Don't wait until your back is against the wall and you have to fight for your life, or you have to lie in your bed, and when the phone rings, you're wondering if the hospital is calling to tell you your loved one has passed on. Do the things you need to do. Love one another as you love yourself. What you like for yourself, love your family, love your neighbor, love your co-worker by telling them, if you want to be around with us, to enjoy this life which we have been bestowed and blessed to be part of, let's take care of your health. Your health must become your first priority. And you see that gentleman who's celebrating his 86th birthday? He already made his appointment with Nature's Touch. He goes nowhere else. Nobody can turn him away from Nature's Touch because he knows the benefit. We treat you well. We treat you like ourselves. We love you. And as I tell you, nobody loves to leave and go home. They love to just hang around and stay with us. The environment, the love, the energy, and that is the first point of healing, where you can go somewhere and feel the energy of love, of care. You are not just shove in a corner and you hang around and hope that your name will be called. You take care of you. We try to do it as efficiently and effectively as possible. That's why we make an appointment, and I ask all the folks to keep their appointment, keep your hour. If you're running late and you say, Empress, you know, there are issues that happen, we said, okay, we don't make a fuss. But if you stay in line. When you have an appointment, put everything else aside and say, self come first, self-love. If you can't love yourself, you can't love your children, you can't love your husband, you can't love your work. There are persons who don't want to even take a little time off and say, you see today, I am going to take care of myself. Not every day you have to leave your job to go take care of your health. Because if you are lying in that hospital bed, everything that you put on your desk or you leave there the day before will remain there, or somebody else will sit at your desk and continue the workplace while you lie in the bed, suffering and having all the regrets why I did not adhere to the call of Empress Judy and go to Nature's Touch and take care of my health. I have just 3 more minutes into the program. I'm seeing the ads coming up, and I want you all to call me after the program and say, Empress, I listen to your program. I want to be part of Healthy Lifestyle. I want to turn around my life. I have been having challenge. I have been having pain. My feet is swollen. I have tingling in the sole of my feet. My hands are cramping. I can't even hold my cup properly. I can't even wash my clothes. I can't even comb my hair because my fingers are swollen. They are painful. My back is aching me. My chest is feeling heavy with mucus. What can you do for me? Let me go on your 9D LNS. Let's see what's happening. Place my feet in the Empress Exotic Citrus Feet Detox Spa. Place my hands there. Let's see what's happening. Get the great result. Give me the supplements, the colon cleanse, and also the blood purifier, the immune booster, and the cleanser, the body healer, the essential oils that are all made from the source of nature. On my way down here, I stop off and I got some wonderful leaves that help with detoxifying the body. I have it prepared for you. We do everything in our power to ensure that you are welcome and taken care of. The ball is in your court. Roll it. And how do you do that? By calling the numbers 1-866-398-8282, or you can also WhatsApp us a message. We will turn that call to you. Or call the office number at 241-7568 and ensure that you enjoy a good life, a pain-free life, by adhering to the call of my voice. I just have about a minute, or maybe a minute and a few seconds to go again. I'll be out of here very shortly because it ends at at 10:45. It begins at 10:15 and ends at 10:45, and the clock is counting down. I have 1 more minute exactly. I'm looking at the clock right now. It's 10:44. And I want you all to call me on my way going. You can ring the 398-8282 number. I will answer you as I get into the vehicle. I will answer your call. Book your space for tomorrow's special. You get your supplements. You get your oils. You get your massage. You go on the 90 endless for the most affordable cost. Call me, Empress, and say, Empress, how much is it? I told you all already. I'm not going to repeat it. You call me. Show some concern for your health. Show some care for yourself. If you can't do that for yourself, nobody can love you more than you can love yourself. Self-love is first, and then it's extended to other persons. Take care of yourself. I look forward for your calls. Have a wonderful remaining weekend as the weekend begins this evening. Stay safe. Stay loved. Take care of yourself, people. Love one another and share the good news of good health. I'm Empress Judy, your host of Nature's Touch. Thank you. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Blessings. Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe nami. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami.
Action one. Yeah. I am the messenger. The messenger. of a time or a day or a minute. That I don't go down on my knees and put Jesus in it. Sinful nature have me feeling so weak, emotionally. Feels like I'm sinking, never to rise no more. Father, yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I go do, what I go do, Lord, I go dead if I don't have you. Here comes Jesus to the rescue. Father, you never ever fail me yet. Lord, you never ever fail me yet. When I fall down, to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail.
Trinidad.
Action one.
The Street 91 FM.
I am the messenger. The messenger. I can't think of a time or a day or a minute that I don't go down on my knees and put Jesus in it. Sinful nature have me feeling so weak, emotionally. Feels like I'm sinking, never to rise no more. Father, yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I go do, what I go do, Lord, I go dead if I don't have you. Here comes Jesus to the rescue. Father, you never ever fail me yet. Lord, you never ever fail me yet. When I fall down, to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me. No time. You never ever. Personally, I give you the praises continually. Oh yeah, there's no other like you that could protect me from all the dirty voodoo. I'll go astray. You leave the 99 for me, and it's overwhelming. Yesterday, today, forever. You never change, you never change, you never rearrange. Omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Without you in my life, what I go do, what I go do, that I go dead if I don't have you. Here comes Jesus to the rescue. Father, you never ever fail me yet. You never. Lord, you never ever fail me yet. When I fall down, to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me yet. You never. Father, you never ever fail me yet. Lord, you never ever fail me yet. When I fall down to the ground, your love keep me safe and sound. You never ever fail me yet. You never ever fail me. You never ever fail me. You never ever fail me. You never
Mountains are high, but never higher than we, and we can get over it. And our problems could have big, but never bigger than we, and we can get over it, over it, over it, over it, over it. The Almighty get we through, over it, over it, over it, over it. I used to pushes that come my life and come by we juggling and juggling over. I So we kill a come and bad mind a come and we keep on juggling over. We not deal when things get bad with the wheel. Orange peel. I put in on my tea and me drink up. Cause when my bones are piling food around out, we keep on juggling over. And when Papa kinda hold me in his arms, I'm juggling over. Yeah. Mountains are high, but never higher than we. And we can get over it. Our problems could have been, but never bigger than we. And we can get over it. The Almighty get with you. Over it. Now I've been broken, and I know what it feels to be run down. Yeah, I've been hurted, and I know what it feels to be let down. Let me just
Don't give up, my brother. Don't give up, my sister. Through stormy weather, we'll make it together. We are one.
Promotion presents All White Affair Cooler Cruise on Sunday the 3rd of July 2022 on board the luxurious Embassy Yacht. Boarding at the Port of Spain waterfront, Ryston Road in Port of Spain at 2 p.m. Sailing 3 p.m. Music by Sensational Sammy, Dr. Ross, and the guest DJ Selector Mafia. Advance tickets are $200, pay more at the door. For more information and for tickets, contact Romeo at 748-9335 or Sweet Vanilla at 793-7425. No oversized coolers or glass bottles allowed.
We out and body, the people better we cause them trouble. Are you ready?
John chapter 8, verse 32 says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Tuning to the Street 91.9 FM every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7 p.m. for the program Walking in Truth with me, Pastor Gary Grant from Walking in the Spirit Ministries. Come, let's discuss how Christ Jesus can set you free. God bless you.
If your hands are anointed, and if your feet are anointed,
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the old-time gospel hour all-night prayer. This and every Friday evening on the Street 919 FM from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, "He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God." Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795-222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Monday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. and every Wednesday evening from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, gogi, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health, performance, and disease. Listen to Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 9:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Street 919 FM as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com.
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marvel Road, 91.9. Every Wednesday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. I tell you, we are going to have a TIME time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maribel.
Publicity presents Bowdy, a lingerie affair, July 2nd on board the luxurious Embassy Yacht. Boarding by the breakfast shed for 6 p.m., sailing for 7. Music by
Y'all ready for this?
DJ Everslick Overload Vibe. MC Duke and Selector Kachi. DJ Bruce Wayne.
Yes, Naya.
Selector Shane and more. Ladies, tickets $100. Guys, you pay $175. It's all about ladies in lingerie. For tickets, call or WhatsApp Tiana at 763-4479, Stefan 786-6068, Diana 337-2838, or Natisha's Nails Artistry at Booth 17 Orleans Mall, Charlotte Street, 357-9860. No oversized coolers and strictly no glass bottles allowed. Bowdy, a lingerie affair.
You never see your life. 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 You never say, don't lie to me.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's not well.
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Shit 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. With yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, so line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute, God am our way, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And others in chariots, but my trust is firm on you, Lord. My trust is firm on you. Some trusting in obia and all kind of magic, but my trust is firm on you, Lord. I only set my trust on you. Give me joy unspeakable, you. So sweet, incredible, you. You give me favor. I give you my offering, God. In the lockdown, you give me this sweet song. I owe it all my life to you, beyond the things you do. Hold on, my God and defender. You are my rock and protector. My hope is built on nothing but you. Hold on, my God and provider. Through the storm and the fire, my faith is forever in you. Some trust in the giftings and some in the talents, but my trust is firm on you, Lord. My trust is firm on you. Some trust in the susu and some in the latter, but my trust is firm on you, Lord. I only set my trust on you. Give me love unchangeable, so deep immovable. You are my savior. I give you my offering, God. In the lockdown, you give me that sweet song. I owe it all my life to you, beyond the things you do. Cause Lord, my God and defender, you are my rock and protector. My hope is built on nothing but you. Cause Lord, my God and provider, through the storm and the fire, my faith is forever in you.
Jesus' name. Yeah. Hey. But just in the midst of your trials and your storm, you know, every situation, you could just sing out this to Jesus, you know. Hey. And listen, you know, sometimes I sit and think about all that you've done. Think about your faithfulness and your send your only son. Then I realize that there is none can compare to Jesus. Every single thing you've done. So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Lord, come down and take control again. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Lord, come down and take control. Hey, you clean up my heart and my mind. Give me joy all of the time. Make me feel so sweet inside. I know, Lord, you're always mine. I know until the end of time. I love you, sweet Jesus, so divine. So, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Yo, Lord, come down and take control. With all of my heart and all my soul, I worship you, sweet Jesus, now. Lord, come down and take control. Yeah. I worship you. Hey, I worship you. Oh, Lord, I worship you. I worship you. Hey, so somebody help me say Jesus. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jah. Hey, Lord, come down and take control, Jesus. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you. And hey, Lord, come down and take control, take control of my life. I beg you, please, sweet Jesus Christ, and give me love and joy. Lord, give me peace every day, forevermore. Your blessings increase, will never cease. That's why me praise your name above all name. You know this not no game. Again, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh God. Hey, Lord, come down and take control. Lord, come down right now and take full control of my heart, of my soul. Yeah. And I got you. Jesus Christ, you love it. Take control. Come follow me now, no. Light up and shine, yeah. Come follow me now. If you don't hear me, fear change. Come follow me now, no. Wanna hear me now? Me put a fire to burn every negative vibes. We try to discharge the minds of the children. Cause their hearts are filled with hate. Off we make sure that love can flow again. Come follow me now, I'm ready again. Ready to blaze dirty Babylon ways. No one no semi-automatic AKs. No try to out to the wells of the grave, yeah. I'm just trying to change the life of you. Get ready to recruit again. Evil works may not promote them. See one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. See one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light to know. See one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. See one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light, you know. Well, I am positive and I tell them to beware. Now look at me, humility and things that me fear. Well, I had so wrong, but I got my stone and my sling. Ready to fight against, but stands against my king. Deception is like a growing tumor. Some dress like Gucci, but I really Puma. Some don't tell half truth, but I really rumor. All the bags, but them a scooter. I'm just trying to change the life of a youth. Get ready to recruit again. Evil words, me not promote them. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light, you know. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light, you know. I'm from a place where dreams are far-fetched. That no mean me have to steal. Living a life under the blood of Jesus. Feel real young. Well, if I no Christ, so we a preach. Little Johnny have a ton shooter, and that's the truth, yeah. The problem have to start from the root, yeah. Select how we pull up that one, yeah. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light, you know. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Let's kick evil out of town, yeah. Say one by one, shine your light them up. Shine your light, I beg you, shine your light, you know. Shine your light, whoa. Oh, they hear me now. Shine your light, whoa. Well, if I no Christ, so we are free. Little Johnny, I got ton shooter. Don't leave me alone. Let us change the generation. Yeah. Let your light so shine. I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm here this morning to talk to you about something that's very close to my heart. And I'm not here to be divisive. I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm here to speak to you as Geronimo talked to a general in the 1880s in the mountains not too far from here. When he met with him at a peace conference, a powwow, and said to him, he said, this morning, he said, I want to speak to you the truth. And I want the truth to be like arrows that go out from my heart and my soul to your mind and your body. And I want each and every one of you to understand what I'm talking about this morning. Because, see, I'm very profoundly disturbed. I just left Tuskegee, where black folk are suffering. And I'm very disturbed when I go across this country and I cannot find the sensitivities and the concerns about black folk in America that I want to see. And the only minister that I have seen and heard from any place in this nation has been Dr. Price, that is telling you what you should be listening to. And I've spoken all over this country and all over the world representing presidents and governors. And he is the only minister I've run into so far that violates all the social norms that were exacted on black folk back in the 1790s as this country began to move into an evangelical movement. And they decided in the 1790s that it is now permissible to have a black preacher or to have black folk invest themselves into a religious experience. And the establishment in this country says, yes, we will let blacks have their own separate services, but we must pick the minister. We must pick a minister that is controllable. And we must tell him exactly what he's supposed to do. We will license the ministers. So by the 1720s, The entire establishment in this country has set up a system saying that any black minister in this country, he has an admonishment. He must teach black folk three things so that religion will become a control device to help us maintain the status quo on black folk in this country. He says every black minister who we select or we license, they must teach black folk. First of all, when you talk about the Bible, you talk about the master and the slave, you are talking about the white master on earth and the black slave. You must secondly teach black folk to be humble and obedient and accept their life lot, and to be respectful and loyal to the white servant, to the white master. And lastly, you must teach black folk. You must teach black folk that they will get theirs in the hereafter, in pie in the sky. And that went into effect in the 1820s, and every black minister fell in the line and did it. And it stayed like that until after the Civil War, when 119 blacks on October the 19th walked into St. Paul's Church, Baptist Church in Raleigh, North Carolina, and says, we can't take it anymore. As black folk, the suffering is too acute. And said we must at least have 40 acres and a mule or something. You cannot just turn us loose free and say we're free and give us non-economic emancipation where we are pennilessly, poor, impoverished, sick, broken, busted, uneducated, ignorant, homeless, nothing, and say we are now free. And that is the only minister, Dr. Price, that I've heard that understands that you got an obligation in the ministry to go above and beyond that punishment put on black folk over 150 years ago. Now, in this area, maybe some of them don't like it. I don't care. I learned to respect a man at a distance, and I fell in love with him last night at dinner. And if I can ever be of any help to him in what he's trying to do, he's got my help and my institute's help. And so this morning, in the time that's been allotted to me, I want to talk to you, as I said, like Geronimo, but I want to be like the great European philosopher Diogenes, who walked through life with a lantern in his hand, saying, I want to lighten the darkness because I'm in search of an honest man. But like Diogenes, I want to walk through this temple and through black America with a new movement I'm trying to create. I want to find not necessarily an honest man. I want to find some black people and some white people that understand the problems in America. I want to find somebody that understands in America that contrary to popular myths, black folk are not progressing in America. Black people are going backwards. In comparative proportional terms, black people in America, where you were in 1850 in this country, you have not progressed. You're still in your same dilemma, contrary to anybody tells you. And you see, I want to find, like Diogenes, I want to find a black person that understands that black folk are not progressing. But more importantly, I want to find somebody, black or white, that don't mind being black and want to talk about the racial problem in this society. I can't even find that with my lantern in life. We got 3 or 4 major black organizations in America. 3, the Urban League, NAACP, the Rainbow Coalition, and one other one. I can't even get them to focus on the issue of black folk. One wants to take care of cultural diversity. One wants to be talking about multiculturalism. One wants to talk about minority issues. The other wants to talk about oppressed people. And I asked them across the country, why don't somebody talk about black folk and the problems of black people? And so I'm looking, like Diogenes, for a person that understands the history of this country, because I want to understand the problem in America. And the problem is not what you all have been taught. The problem is not poverty. It is not unemployment. It is not unwed teenage parents. It is not food stamps. It's not public housing. It is not drug abuse. Black people only got 2 problems in America. The first problem is that you've been systematically locked into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly game. That's your major problem. And that's what Dr. Price directly and indirectly is telling you about every Sunday morning. You have been locked into a no-win situation That means that all the wealth and power in this country has been skewed over 400 years systematically into the hands of the majority white society. Black people don't own a significant amount of anything to be able to control their lives. Whites in America right now control almost 100% of all the income, the wealth, the power, the resources, the businesses, the privileges, and all levels of government. You cannot compete. And I'm tired of hearing people telling black folk, why don't you compete? Compete with what? What are you going to compete with? They keep saying, well, black folk can run fast and jump higher. That won't make it. It won't make it. And let me tell you what monopoly is. Monopoly means that all the wealth and power has been skewed based on skin color, going white, yellow, brown, black. And if you've never played the game of Monopoly, let me show you how it's played. I play it every year at my family. It means that everybody, when you sit down, you're given a certain amount of money and wealth. Black people never got their 40 acres and a mule. Now we're playing this game of Monopoly. And let's pretend for a second in this auditorium that whites got $1,000 to play the game of Monopoly. Asians got $500. Hispanics got $300. Indian got $100. And blacks got $50 to play the game of Monopoly. Now, never having gotten your 40 acres of mule, you don't own any land. You don't own any land. And if you don't have the money, you can't put any houses and hotels on the land if you got lucky and had some. Now, when you roll the dice in our hypothetical game of Monopoly, and you roll the dice and your number comes up on the wrong piece of property, what happens to you? You must either go bankrupt or go to jail. And that's the monopoly game that black folk are locked into. And when that happens to you in life, when you only got two alternatives in life, to either go bankrupt or go to jail, that is called an underclass. And black people in America are systematically being forced into a permanent underclass. We will be a permanent underclass by the year 2013. And you got about a 2.5-year window left. If we don't do some very specific things and start to come up with some very cogent strategies, comprehensive strategies of doing some things to focus on that number one problem of redistributing the wealth and power back into the hands of black folk, you can hang it up. Don't worry anymore about retiring. After the next 2 or 3 years, don't worry anymore about going to college. It ain't going to work. The doors are going to slam shut on black folk. And what I'm telling you right now is we're going to have to get it together fast. And to do it, you must first understand what I'm going to be telling you this morning. And my speech is going to be divided into 3 parts. I'm first going to tell you about the problems of black America realistically. As Cochise and Geronimo said, I'm going to give you the truth about the current state of black America, point 1. 2, I'm going to analyze it for you. And 3, I'm going to give you the solutions that we can do together to come out of it. Okay? Now, we got a very serious problem in that monopoly game. We're going to have a converging forces, social forces coming across this country. About 8 major forces are going to push us into that understructure and that underclass position. And let me talk about 3 or 4 of them right quick. First thing, across this country, you're going to have an increasing amount of conservatism. Now, I want you all to understand up front what conservatism means. So I don't care whoever uses that word, you know what it means. Conservatism is a new code word for anti-blackism. Okay? Except now a conservative can stand right in your face and tell you and confess that he's a conservative, which means he is a racist and not tell you he's a racist. Racism right now, we got racism all over America and I can't find one racist. And what I'm telling you right now, before my book even hit the market, I'd already predicted in my book that you're going to have a cutback in welfare. I predicted in my book they're going to catch people like in Texaco. And they just caught Avis discriminating against blacks in North Carolina and South Carolina. And they just caught Circuit City, Sam's, Walmart's. I knew they were going to try to cut out the single-member districts. I knew they were going to go after affirmative action. I knew there were going to be riots all over this country that are coming. I talked about this a long time ago in the book because that's what conservatism means. Conservatism comes from the root word to conserve. To conserve means to hold on to what you've got, or those who ain't got, as my mother said in a 3rd grade deaf education, you ain't gonna get. That's what conservatism means. And it means nothing else. It means maintain the status quo. It means use every device that you have to give the pretense that what you see is normal. And right now there's a conservative move in this country going from the White House across this land through the Congress that says whatever exists all over this nation and in Los Angeles is normal. They want you to believe that it's normal to go out in Los Angeles and see all the drug abuse and all the crime, all the poverty, and all the suffering of black folk lying and sleeping on the streets, drugged out, doped out. They want you to believe that's normal. That's what conservatism means, maintain the status quo. It also means to reinstitute white authority, white values, so you hear them talk about family values and all these other kind of things, and also white superiority. So when people start talking about they want to go back and be a conservative, you ask them, what are you trying to conserve? When my people don't own anything and you own 100%, what have I got to conserve? When you hear blacks going around screaming about they're a black conservative, you ask them, what are you conserving? Tell me one point in history that you found something that you want to conserve. Don't let people run that game on you about being a conservative. You tell them, say, fine, if you want to tell me what are you conserving? And when my people never had anything, why would they want to be a conservative? So the biggest problem we're going to have is conservatism when it goes across this nation. And we as black folk got to understand, now it's not all whites that are conservatives. There is an element that's got everything that want to make that it's the greed over need. They want to hold on to everything. And so, we're going to have a massive flow. Everybody's going to be talking about conservatism. You're going to see people politically switching, talking about they're moving to the far right. And what we have to do is understand that, and that's going to create major problems in this country. One, you're going to not only see an increasing amount of negative hostility towards black folk, every piece of research in the country tells us that, even from the Jewish organizations, that you're going to see more anti-blackness now and in the future than you've ever seen in the last 60 years since you left the civil rights movement. Two, we see organizations all over the country now, paramilitary groups, Aryan groups, Vipers, Freeman, Skinhead, Baldhead, all kind of groups that are organizing and optimistically expecting and anticipating a major clash in this country between blacks and whites. We've had 28 states in the United States now to pass concealed weapons laws. That's specifically so some of the white contingency groups can carry weapons and arms at all times. That's why you have such a major thrust from the National Rifle Association. That's why they're controlling most of your politicians. That's why you have such a major anti-governmental effort in this country. You hear people say, we want to go back to states' rights. We're anti-government. We want to get rid of the federal government. It's not that they're against government. They know that in history, the only people who've ever saved black folk has been the government, twice, the federal government. And if you eliminate the federal government by downsizing the government, black folk no longer have an ILI. And if a clash occurs...
Bang your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real. To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, yeah. They will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown, yeah. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Rock so, rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so, go away, rock so, rock away. They will tell you they love you, but they lie, lie, lie. Let me tell you about got your friend in me, got your friend in me, got your friend in me, got your friend in me. Don't pretend to have my back, you're not fooling I. Let me tell you about got your friend in me, got your friend in me, got your friend in me, got your Go away, rock so, walk away. Lion the fake and you can't trust none of them. Let me tell you about got you friendly me, got you friendly me, got you friendly me, got you friendly me. Quick to sell you out, nobody nasty like them. Let me tell you about got you friendly me, got you friendly me, got you friendly me, got you friendly me. They will pretend to build you up, that's right, just to pull you down. They will set you up, that's right, for you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And then we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Let I rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Go away, rock so, rock away. Let I rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away.
Well, good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. We want to thank Kingdom Health for being with us today. And Kingdom Health was with us from 9:15, Mr. Brent Diet. Then we had Empress Judy, Natural Health Solutions.
Will we stop falling into the same trap? Oh, when will mankind learn to see?
So you want to thank Empress Judy for being with us today and sharing natural touch. You know, nature's touch with Empress Judy. We want to thank Nature's Touch for being with us today. Also, again, Kingdom Health to Mr. Brent Dyer for being with us today.
Tried and tested, Christ's way is the best. No philosophy, no creed could ever supersede what the Holy Bible, wonderful oracle, showing the people. Oh yeah, and you shall.
So I have a very interesting show lined up for you today that I want you to be a part of. Very interesting show that I have lined up for you today that I want you to be a part of. And you know, today I'm not going to do much talking. I have some things I just want to highlight and to present to you today. And I need you to share the live. Come on the live, share the live. There are several things that are happening in Trinidad and Tobago over the course of this weekend. As you all know, the UNC is having their internal elections that is going to be going on this weekend. I believe this weekend the UNC has their internal elections that is about to take place. And some things that I want to just bring to your attention. I think it's good that you would know. I'm trying to get on to Miss Ramona Ramdial. Anybody who knows Miss Ramona Ramdial, you can tell her that Pastor Google is trying to get on to her. Someone had given me a number for her, but that number apparently is not working. So I want to get that number for her so that I can chat with her today. On the heels of the UNC internal elections, I believe it is on Sunday they go to the polls to elect a new political leader, which is everybody has already predicted who that new political leader is going to be. All right, there is a whole lot of predictions that are already in place, and people are believing that it is already cast in stone who they feel and they believe is going to be the next political leader. I'm seeing, I don't know, I just saw something came up on my screen where the National Security Minister is having a press conference. Is it? Really? Something that I could get in more information on. So I'm going to look into that and let you know about that also. The Minister of National Security, I'm seeing where someone is saying that I just got a message on my screen that the Minister of National Security is having a press conference. I don't know how true is it, but we're going to find out. So I want you to join me. Let me start. I want to start off with this. Alright, so I'm going to start off with this video, and then we're going to get into the internal elections of the UNC.
Your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real.
So the internal elections of the UNC is happening tomorrow, over the weekend. But I just want to refresh your memory of something.
Darkest days for democracy. The death of democracy in Trinidad and Tobago.
Dr. Rudal Munilal challenges the fairness of Saturday's United National Congress internal election. His claim came after scores of ballot papers were found on the bank of the Katwaro Dam in Pinal on Sunday and near the Poverty Girls Hindu College, Debe.
The death of democracy in Trinidad and Tobago.
But I call upon Mrs. Bisessa to immediately investigate this conduct. There's also a new culture of dictatorship which has descended upon the party.
The death of democracy in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mr. Pani, can you please give me your thoughts on the upcoming internal election within the United National Congress?
I have said over and over that the elections will be rigged, and as it has been in the past.
We announced the beginning of an October revolution in Trinidad and Tobago to defend the rights of citizens.
Much later.
The democracy is under threat in Trinidad and Tobago. So you want me to talk about what? Nothing. It's like Macbeth, Act 5, scene, whatever. Here, it's raining. I'm not afraid of rain. We are stopping here to get water break here. Okay?
It seems the political leader has two tongues, one in her mouth and one in her shoes. We must watch what she does.
I see the UNC in Trinidad dressing in black all of a sudden. All of a sudden the UNC dressing in black. You know why? That is attempting to send a subliminal message to you here in Tobago as to who they're supporting. That is what a black is about, you know. And of course, you on the placard, as they're walking in black in Trinidad, talking to you in Tobago, they're telling you on the placard, democracy is dead. Well, I could tell all of them in black, only just for funeral, but there's no death because Tobago is alive and well, and the people of Tobago are smart and sensible, decent and honest.
My baby, my Valentine.
So just a reminder now, just giving you all some reminders, some flashbacks, some information. So the UNC internal election is happening this weekend. When we come back after the sponsored segment and in news, we're going to give you some more information, some more things to talk about. So yes, the Minister of National Security, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines, is having a press conference that is happening as we speak now. So we're going for a sponsored segment, and when we come back from the sponsored segment, Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to go into more discussion right after the news. You know, I just like to play clips on just hear your views. So we're going to talk after the sponsored segment comes in.
Bang your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real. To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, they will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Go away. true. Back away. They will tell you they love you, but they lie, lie, lie. Let me tell you about got you friendly me, got you friendly me.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
People often think about wellness in terms of physical health, nutrition, exercise, weight management, etc. But it is much more. Wellness is a holistic integration of physical, social, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, financial, occupational, and environmental state. Join our host, Terry-Ann George, a health coach, author, mediator, and CEO of the Institute of Health and Fitness, as she discusses 8 elements with several professionals within the various dimensions of wellness. So let's kick burnout to the curb for good. And
woman tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-6363.
Pleasant good day, Trinidad and Tobago, and to all my loyal listeners. It's a pleasure being here once again. And today we're going to be talking, and we're going to look at 11 warning signs of vitamin B12 deficiency. Do you experience low energy, irritability, mood imbalance, feeling sluggish, especially in the afternoon, forgetfulness, lightheadedness, brain fog? If so, your body may be low in vitamin B12 levels and you need to boost it. You see, your body crave vitamin B12 to keep your nerves and cells healthy. Yet, B12 cannot be made by our bodies alone, and plants do not make it either. B12 is only naturally available in red meat and fish where it's found in abundance. That means if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you're almost certainly lacking the right amount of B12 in your body. And even if you are supplementing, you may not be getting the full effect either. B12 deficiency, also known as cobalamin deficiency, is much associated with bad absorption and is low intake of the vitamin itself. Make sure that you are eating a balanced diet. Well, let's look at some interesting facts. So first, let's talk about why vitamin B12 is important. The human body needs B12 to make red blood cells, nerves, and DNA. B12 regulates hormone production and supports a healthy immune system. It's important for the functioning of the digestive, circulatory, and reproductive systems. Vitamin B12 is needed to convert carbohydrates into fuel that the body can use and metabolize, fats and proteins. Getting enough B12 can help you feel more energetic and have a better overall sense of well-being. The average adult should take 2.4 milligrams of it daily. Like most vitamins, B12 cannot be made by the body. B12 is found naturally in many common foods, including shellfish, meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy. And therein lies the problem. Some people do not consume enough vitamin B12 to meet their needs, while others cannot absorb enough, no matter how much you're taking. As a result, B12 deficiency is relatively common, especially among older people. Getting enough vitamin B12 daily and absorbing it properly has been shown to help maintain energy levels better, support better mood, support healthy heart function, support healthy thick hair and clear skin, aids in digestion for fostering a healthy environment for gut-friendly bacteria, boosts the ability to clearly think, learn, and remember. Vitamin B12 deficiency symptoms can manifest in many ways. 1. Tingling hands or feet. B12 deficiency can cause pins and needles in the peripheral nerves of the hands or feet. 2. Trouble walking. Over time, peripheral nerve damage resulting from vitamin B12 deficiency can cause numbness in the feet and limbs, making it hard for a person to walk without support. 3. Pale skin. pale or yellow skin called jaundice may be a symptom of vitamin B12 deficiency. Jaundice develops when a person's body is not able to produce enough red blood cells, causing megaloblitis anemia. 4. Fatigue. Megaloblitis anemia due to vitamin B12 deficiency may lead to a person feeling fatigue, and because that is not enough red blood cells to carry oxygen around their body. 5. Fast heart rate. A fast heart rate may be a symptom of vitamin B12 deficiency. The heart may start to beat faster to make up for the reduced number of red blood cells in the body. 6. Shortness of breath. Anemia that results from vitamin B12 deficiency can cause a person to feel short of breath because of a lack of red blood cells and a fast heartbeat. 7. Mouth pain. Deficiency in vitamin B12 may cause a swollen red tongue, mouth ulcers, or burning sensation in the mouth. This is due to a reduction in red blood cells production, which results in less oxygen reaching the tongue. 8. Problems thinking or reasoning. Vitamin B12 deficiency can cause difficulty in thinking, reasoning, and memory loss as a result of less oxygen reaching the brain. 9. Irritability. Being deficient in B12 can affect a person's mood, potentially causing irritability or depression, and hence cause the reason why we have so many young people being aggressive at the primary and secondary school. So parents, watch out. Vitamin B10 deficiency, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Vitamin B12 deficiency may lead to a person both feeling and sick and cause diarrhea as a result of insufficient oxygen. And 11. Decreased appetite and weight loss as a result of digestive issues such as nausea. People with vitamin B deficiency may lose their appetite, leading to weight loss. Are you experiencing any of these symptoms? You can contact us at the Institute of Health and Fitness, where we have a machine that scans you, so you don't have to draw blood. When we scan you, we can actually identify your vitamin B12 deficiency, and then we put you on a diet. We change your diet and the menu, and we tell you exactly what to eat: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, mid-morning snack, mid-evening snack. So you don't have to worry what to eat, how to cook, what to prepare. We tell you exactly what to do. You can contact us at the Institute of Health and Fitness. We are situated in Marabella and in Tanapuna. Our numbers are 3364935, 3364935, or 4927397. We are also on Facebook, WhatsApp, and find out more information.
Women tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-63.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Never give change. Pray all you want. The answer is still wait. Starting to doubt when life start to frustrate. But wait, don't lose your faith. Times when you're starting to lose patience. Remember the hard days when God saw you through. He was there from the start. So although they're trying to break you, it's Father God who make you. So just keep this song in your heart. Till life can be hard, so hard, so hard. It's no bed of roses, but hold on to God. There is beauty in your stars. It's no bed of roses, but hold on to God. Your foundation steady and not shaking. It bends but not breaking. Your dark clouds will all soon be gone. Life is hard, so hard, so hard. But hold on to God. Hold on to God. He never promised you an easy road. There are trials you must face. Never promised that the weapons wouldn't form, but
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
Councillor for Monrepo Navet, Nigel Cotier presents Splash, Bubbles and Foam. Saturday, 9th July at Monrepo's grounds from 10 a.m. Splash, Bubbles and Foam. Lots of prizes to be won. Look out for the Councillor's Cup Small Goal. Register now by calling the Councillor's office at 610-2861. All teams must be registered. There is no registration fee. Splash, Bubbles and Foam. Saturday, 9th July, Monrepo grounds from 10 a.m. The football starts at 10 a.m. and the fun events will start at 3 p.m.
Trinidad, get ready for the Grown Folks Affair, Sexy in White. Saturday, 2nd July at Rock Band, the Anchorage Shagaramas, from 10 p.m. till 4 a.m. DJs Clyde the Outlaw, Foreign Bass, and Ishmael the Demolition Man. Special guest artist, Colonel Roberts.
Yeah, it's your boy Colonel Kitch Roberts here, and it's all about Sexy in White, July the 2nd at the Anchorage. I will be there with all my songs, and I even touching some of my father classics as well.
Only medium coolers allowed. Get your tickets now at Crosby St. James, Sion's Beer Garden, San Fernando. For tickets and more info, call 375-2257 or log on to www.freeupal.com. Sexy in White, Saturday, 2nd July at Rock Band, the Anchorage Shagaramas.
Tune into the Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Blessings in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Nikki Garcia, and you are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here, Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's on to it.
Go out and body, the people that we call the
Share the live.
Share the live.
The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram.
Share the live.
Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
I need Jesus.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, Trade and Industry Minister urges businesses to stop price gouging as food crisis looms. SCA results to be out by July 1st. News outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada elects fresh new Prime Minister. And news further afield, Netflix cuts 300 more jobs after subscriptions fall. And now the news in detail. Trade and Industry Minister Paula Gopi-Skoon is appealing to retailers to stop price gouging. Speaking during a post-cabinet media conference yesterday, Gopi-Skoon said some of the current prices on the shelves were unacceptable. She strongly appeals to the retailers, in particular the 40 and 60% markups on very basic items, to have a conscience. Gopi-Skoon said this is a time of crisis in food security for the world, not just in Trinidad and Tobago. She admits that while an appeal has been sent out to retailers to have a heart, there was little the government could do to those who chose to ignore the call. Gopi-Skoon, however, noted that the Consumer Affairs Division will continue to monitor prices on supermarket shelves, and if price gouging continues, she will name and shame those unscrupulous retailers. She said in 2 weeks, citizens will be told how the government intends to help cope with the increase in flour prices. Meanwhile, food prices around the world, including the Caribbean, skyrocketed this year after the conflict in Ukraine broke out, according to the director for the Caribbean at the World Bank. In a statement, the person outlined that the World Bank's domestic food price inflation dashboard showed that at least 4 Caribbean countries, the Dominican Republic, Guyana, Haiti, and Suriname, have experienced food price increases higher than 5% every month between March 2021 to 2022. In other news, the secondary entrance assessment results will officially be released next Friday, July 1st. The announcement was made by the Ministry of Education yesterday. The results will be released online. As such, parents and guardians, no matter where they are in the world, will now be able to access their children's results from as early as midnight, June 30th, as the ministry launched its new online portal. Paper-based SCA result slips will still be available at schools on Results Day, and it is mandatory for collection in order for pupils to register at the secondary school they are placed. On March 31st, more than 19,000 primary school pupils wrote the SEA exam. News outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada has elected a new prime minister and government to run the affairs of the small island. 75-year-old Dr. Keith Mitchell, leader of the new National Party, was hoping to lead Grenada for a final term but lost to the opposition's 44-year-old Dickon Mitchell, no relation, leader of the National Democratic Congress. Dr. Mitchell served as Grenada's prime minister for 6 terms. He won 2 consecutive elections in 2013 and 2018 with a clean sweep at the polls. However, this time around, he was beaten 9-6 by the younger Mitchell, who is an attorney at law. Prior to the elections, Dr. Mitchell predicted his party may lose a few of the 15 seats it held for the last 2 terms, but would win the elections. It turned out that he was wrong about winning, as he was sent to the political cemetery in Grenada by the younger, fresher Dixon. Just over 84,000 Grenadians were registered to vote in the elections yesterday. News further afield, the streaming giant Netflix has announced another round of job cuts as it grapples with slowing growth and increased competition. Netflix said it was cutting 300 more jobs, roughly 4% of its workforce, mostly in the U.S., after axing 150 people in May. The move comes after the company reported its first subscriber loss in more than a decade in April. The firm has said it expects its subscriber count to continue to fall by another 2 million in the 3 months to July, after dropping by 200,000 earlier this year. Netflix has 220 million subscribers globally and remains the clear leader in the streaming market. The job cuts at Netflix come amid rising worries in the U.S. that the labor market boom that was enjoyed during the pandemic is coming to an end. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the streets, 919 FM, and online, Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines. Trade and Industry Minister urges businesses to stop price gouging as food crisis looms. SCA results to be out by July 1st. News outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada elects fresh new Prime Minister. And news further afield, Netflix cuts 300 more jobs after subscriptions fall. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. 919fm.com.
Bang your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real. To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, they will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And then we go rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, go away. Rock so, rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so, go away, rock so, rock away. They will tell you they love you, but they lie. Let me tell you about that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me. Don't pretend to have my back, you're not fooling I. Let me tell you about that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me. They will come around you, that's right, and suck out your eye. Then they will disappear. That's right. When you need a blind. If you fool me once, then shame on you. Shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And then we go rock with them. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away, go away. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away. The lion, the fake, and you can't trust none of them. Let me tell you about that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me. Quick to sell you out, nobody nasty like them. Let me tell you about that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me, that you friend me. They will pretend to build you up, that's right, just to pull you down. They will set you up, that's right, for you to lose your crown. Bang your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real. To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, they will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away.
Rock so. Love it, I love it. I like that song too bad. I love that song too bad. Back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. Join me on the live. Yep, so you heard in the news what happened in Grenada. Is it for something for us to take note of? Trinidad and Tobago, is it something for us to take note of? Good afternoon, sunshine, Tobago. How you going? You all right? Long time no talk. Long time no see. Yeah, so as you were saying before, we went for the news and we went to the sponsor segment. Yeah, so we want to thank, what was that sponsor that came on? We want to thank Institute of Health and Fitness. Institute of Health and Fitness. You know what I'm going to start to do? I'm going to start to get the numbers of these people so that I can have them in front of me. So like when I am telling you Institute of Health and Fitness, I can give you their numbers immediately, because I know some of you are interested in some of the things that they talk about. So I'll give you their numbers, right? So let me see what's going on the live. Anybody on the live? Anybody on the live?
Just to pull you down.
It's Friday, you know.
We'll set you up, that's right.
It's Friday.
If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away. Bang your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real. To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, they will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Rock so, rock away, better rock so, rock so. It's Friday! They will tell you they love you, but they lie. Let me tell you about dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me. Don't pretend to have my back, you're not fooling I. Let me tell you about dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me, dirty friend of me. They will come around you. That's right.
You ever had, actually, let me stick to my topic here, because I wanted to talk about that dirty friend of me, somebody saying, why Pastor playing that song as a pastor. You shouldn't be playing that as a pastor. As a pastor, you need to play some gospel. Find a nice gospel song and play it.
Rock so, go away, rock so, rock away, go away, rock so, rock away, better rock so, go away, rock so, walk away. The lion that take on your cat was none of them. Let me tell you about dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy. Quick to sell you out, nobody nasty like them. Let me tell you about dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy, dirty frenemy. They will pretend to build you up, that's right, just to pull you down. They will set you up, that's right, for you to lose your ground. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And then we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Go away, rock so, rock away. Better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away.
So Grenada elections was yesterday, and as Precious just read in the news, the young man, I forgot his name, sorry about that, would have won the elections. I want to show you this. Listen to this.
Unofficial polling results give the winner by a very narrow margin to Deacon Mitchell, candidate for the National Democratic Congress. Deacon Mitchell is first position with 50.91%, followed by the current Prime Minister, Kate Mitchell of the new National Party with 48.67%. The Prime Minister is seeking re-election for the sixth term in office after his party won all 15 seats in the legislative body in the 2018 elections. In this process, a team of electoral observers from Caribbean is in the country to monitor the elections. The polls open at 6 a.m. local time and officially close at 5 p.m. local time. Over than 80,000 Grenadians who were registered to vote. The citizens who were in line during the closing of the polls were allowed to cast their votes. The electoral process has been carried out with completely normal.
You heard that, right? So, the elections in Grenada, I know that the audio wasn't too hot. But yeah, the elections in Grenada 2022. I'm going to see if I can get a better audio for you to hear. But yes, the elections in Grenada. The elections in Grenada is over, and let me give you this report here. All right, so I'll give you this report, and then I'm going to come back and let you hear, and I'm going to play some more videos and clips for you, and I'm going to open up the phone lines and hear from you today. So listen to this. So it was predicted that this young man would have won the elections in Grenada. So I am happy for him. I hope that he is, for much as he is, I believe he's 24 or 44. I think he's 44 years old. Could be wrong. Stand to be corrected. If he'd more look like 24, eh? To be quite honest with you, he looks like 24. All right, Dr. Mitchell is his name, and he won. And some people are saying it's something for the government in Trinidad and Tobago to take note of for the upcoming local government election. I'm just saying. So this is a young man that won. He looks like 24, but he may just be. He looks like 24. I try to. So he's 44. Somebody's correcting me on Facebook and letting me know that he is 44 years old. That's real good. Young man. Plenty to offer. Let's hope that, he gets the support and the love that he needs to do the best for Grenada. So congratulations to him and his team on winning the general elections in Grenada. I cannot say I know much about Grenada's elections and how it goes, but to those of you who are aware, great. I'm not too much aware of how it goes down. But again, congratulations to him on his winning. All right, I think I have something here I could show you guys about. Let's see how this go. All right, so you can join me on the live if you want to see the video that I'm about to show.
On the 23rd of June, it is serious business. And that serious business requires us to begin the process of transformation.
They're asking you to buy a cat in a bag. I want to at least see the cat head and if possible, its tail.
Nothing goes from yellow to green. A fruit can only go from green to ripe, from green to yellow, and it's when it's yellow that it's sweet.
Whether the day when Grenadians needed them, brothers and sisters. Whether the day.
Where have you been to not recognize that the Princess Alice Hospital has fallen apart?
Toby, come back home. We want you home, Toby. We're sorry for you, Toby. Come home, Toby.
NDC at this point in time is a sinking ship. It is chaos.
I say to you party members, I say to you party workers, boots on the ground, boots on the ground, on the ground, on the ground.
Boy, you ain't see he look small, he can't take no licks, he can't take a good little licks. Boy, you see us? Watch out. You see that? You see that? That could take a lot of licks.
This thing is no game. This thing is no tic-tac-toe. This thing is no raffle. This thing is no lotto. This thing is no joke. This is serious business.
Thank you for handing over the baton. And thank you for whatever you have built. But there's a new sheriff in town.
Every time the man get a little licks, he threatening people to sue them. He's Mr. Sue. Mr. Sue. When you see him say Sue.
So you could call me Susu. I will accept the Susu because I am going to help the people of Grenada to put the little one money together and ensure that we can give it to the next person and improve their lives. Bang does bust, but Susu doesn't. So take Susu in you.
What is this, boy? To be having Grenada elections just be hot. Grenada elections don't make joke, boy. Grenada elections just be heated. When we think we had drama here. But it's nice to see a young man, boy. A young man. Trinidad and Tobago, the People's National Movement. Open your eyes and see what's going on. This is interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Yep, very, very interesting. I am just looking and wow. So the election results came in, and I think that the people in Grenada is happy with the results. I assume so. So, very interesting. So I give you a little highlight of what's happening in Grenada. All right? I give you some nice highlights of what's going on in Grenada. 44-year-old young man is now the Prime Minister of Grenada. Beautiful. So let's see about Trinidad business now. Let's talk a little Trinidad talk. Let's go back to our Trinidad business here. So we as we were seeing, there is UNC internal elections that is about to take place, and we watching to see what's going on. As I said, I would like to get some sort of what do you call it, a number or something from Ms. Ramona Ramdial, because she is contesting not leadership but other I think it's elections officer. So let's go look at this video, then I'm going to come back. We're going to open up the phone lines, chat with you a little bit.
Announced the beginning of an October revolution in Trinidad and Tobago to defend the rights of citizens.
As you could see, on his way to Port of Spain, on reaching Philippines, the opposition leaders' private residence.
Well, Tobago, this is your time.
Us aligning with the UNC is a political weapon.
The moves toward Tobago's independence was pushed by the Yellow Party.
Minutes to 12 and you expect to reach it.
I see the UNC in Trinidad dressing in black all of a sudden. All of a sudden the UNC dressing in black. You know why? That is attempting to send a subliminal message to you here in Tobago as to who they're supporting.
They oppose the PM in Trinidad, we oppose them in Tobago.
Give the PDP the East and the West seats. Let me tell you this. What I'm asking for is secession.
That is what a black is about, you know.
So, those of you who are on the live, you would have seen the video, right? And as you saw the video, I hope that you understanding what's happening. So I have one more video. I have several videos I want to show you today, you know. All right, several videos of what I want to show you today. Look at this video. Listen to this. Tell me what you think.
Maybe in jail. PSA leader Watson Duke is being branded a dictator by employees of the Public Services Association.
This from Big Woo leader Vincent Cabrera, who is calling on the PSA leader to do the right thing and register the pension account of the PSA employees.
The implications are that the law is being broken.
Mr. Duke has been in office since 2009, and we have not seen a change at all to his Idi Amin dictatorship. Right? Nothing has changed. He's getting worse.
Their pension plan is not registered with the central bank. What? Not registered with the central bank.
They claim the pension plan is underfunded to the tune of over $2 million.
I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for money.
For in another country, he would have been making a jail by now.
Well, in an odd turn of events, no actuarial review has been done for a number of years. The request from the union to discuss the pension matter has been denied by Mr. Duke.
And many people have asked me, why you dare sit down with this guy by your side? Why you ain't leave?
Right. Let's giving you some flashbacks, man. It's giving you some flashback. Things for you to think. Some of you just forget too quickly.
To my UNT friends and family, today I ask of you, let's reflect on Kamala Prasad Bisessa's leadership of the UNC.
Former Attorney General Anand Ramlogan and Attorney at Law Gerald Ramdeen
Both remain in police custody today. Police officers from the Anti-Corruption Bureau searched the homes of the former Attorney General and the UNC Senator late on Wednesday.
Under the leadership of Kamla Prasad Visesa, we were secured.
A criminal investigation is soon to be launched into allegations that the United National Congress, while in government, was spying on citizens. Member of Parliament for Naparima, Rodney Charles, is denying any involvement in the Cambridge Analytica scandal.
Every creed and race found an equal place under Kamla Prasad Visesa.
It has been agreed that government impose a limited state of emergency in hotspots across the country. We will do whatever it takes, whenever it takes. We will not compromise. We will not hold the country to ransom.
The state not having damages awarded to it does not mean there was no damage done. When 7,000 plus young men, primarily of Afro-Trinbagonian origin, are rounded up, thrown in jail, thrown in vans, thrown in jails, what do you think happens to their psyche?
Well, Member of Parliament for Orpuj East, Dr. Rudal Monilal, has been removed from sitting on any joint select committees relating to national security after he was deemed to be conflicted by reports that he and other UNC members were connected to criminals.
You murdered Dana Sarup Sitahal. They were not called upon to plead.
Scrutiny is fantastic. Mr. Roberts says with national security's greater resources, the live sport program will blossom.
It has moved from a small program in 10 communities, now it's in 40 communities.
Communities were alive under the leadership of Kamla Prasad Visesa.
The live sport program is an anti-crime initiative.
This is the man they all gathered to see. Live sport coordinator Rajai Ali and 10 others charged with the May 4th murder of Senior Counsel Dana Sitahal.
Prasad Visesa has given orders to the Minister of National Security of apprehending those involved in this heinous act.
Griffith, however, denied he was asked to resign by Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Visesa, as she had stated in her address to the nation. Instead saying he was fired for speaking the truth, although he was never implicated in the Section 34 fiasco involving former Attorney General Anand Ram Logan.
And I would care about an irrelevant human being like Faris Al-Rawi.
The ground was stood on live sport while the Prime Minister beat the desk and said, "Long live live sport." While Anil Roberts was speaking, Gary Griffith said, "There's criminality in there. And you know what? There's worse in Hoop of Life and there's worse in other places."
Asked for and received the resignation of the Honorable Attorney General. I've asked for that of the Minister of National Security as well. These resignations are made as I've advised His Excellency the President.
What is a fact, however, I cannot deny is that was there some type of pressure put upon me? Were there situations where certain members of cabinet tried to persuade me of the disadvantages that will take place if I decide to tell the truth? The answer is yes. And that also will be going before the police, because it is very unfortunate that, again, Minister Barrett will jump the gun and release like that. And you know, there's a saying that don't protest too much. But the fact of the matter is that there were situations, and we also went to another office of a communication specialist with Minister Barrett upstairs. When he called me to that meeting, the communication person contacted my wife. We sat down and we were interrogated to show me all the wrong reasons what will happen to me if I speak the truth. What I can say in summary is that I stand on principle, and I would like all your persons to see what has happened today. You must not ever sell your soul for personal gain or for 30 pieces of silver. I did what was right. I held my head proud. I can walk and know that I did what was required. Certain persons apparently they were not pleased by the fact of what I intended to do, and I intend to continue to operate in that manner. I will always be a soldier before a politician, probably. I am very pleased and proud with what I have done. My parents rest their soul. I think they will be very proud of me. And I have young persons, do not ever sell your soul for personal gain. Do what is right. I think it's time that politicians in this country start operating in the same manner.
1. Section 34 reloaded. 2. Witness tampering, criminal offense, 20 years in jail, $100,000. 3. Aiding and abetting in the commission of a crime. You were the most spectacular event in the history of Trinidad and Tobago tonight. I cannot recall, certainly from my research or in my living memory, a minister of government coming forward on the airwaves immediately after an event to say, "I told the truth. I insisted I would tell the truth, and I was punished for it."
I support Mrs. Kamla Prasad Visesa.
to build you up. That's right. Just to pull you down. They will set you up. That's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you. Shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And then we don't rock with them. Go away, rock through. Rock away, and I rock.
And one more to show, you know. One more to show, but I'll take some calls. 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, 466-5391. What are your thoughts about what you are being reminded of?
I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Pat. My thoughts on what I have just seen you played there, it reminds me of the weakness that really exists in our law enforcement in this nation, because that, what you played there, Pastor Google, all that wealth of information is mostly used for political gain and around political timing. Because
it's
with
no
all
political,
that information...
It's no political timing, no, I just playing it.
No, I am saying by political parties and in general around the society, because all that information, we supposed to have law enforcement busy, you understand? Busy behind people. But we don't see that taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, but we just have this information to play. You understand? When it's time, a politician use all them different things and say, well, this is the reason why not to put back this one, or to put us, or not to put this and that. But what is the result after all this information is out in the public domain in our nation? Are we seeing aggressive efforts by the necessary departments going after these people who would have knowingly, you understand, do certain things to this nation? But no, we're not seeing that. It's all kind of different things. But you see, politicians will get just what they deserve in a matter of time. And because you see just how the PNM was able to lose in Tobago, if the PNM don't want to go beyond the fact that they are just the best choice and do a lot of things that are required to done for this nation to really move forward, they would have something coming that they were not expecting, because it's hard for me to understand how the PNM hasn't checked themselves and understood. If Watson Duke is so bad that me and you both know Pastor Google, how is he still able to gather all this support? And Kamala too. If she's so bad, how is she still able to gather all this support?
All right, so stop.
Are we doing something wrong?
All right, so stop.
Yeah.
Let's all right, just let us not just ramble on and on and on and on, but let us put in perspective what you are seeing. Right?
Yes.
So you are saying to me that we have all this information that we have in our archives. I have them in my archives. That's how I can pull them out and play them randomly. Not because it's election or not because it's this. But it have no election. It have any elections in the
No, I'm not. I'm
right.
speaking about
Okay.
you, Pastor
All right.
Google.
All right. No. I'm showing you. We'd be discussing.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, okay, the question is how it is all these things are being put out there. And Ms. Bisesa could still hold on to being opposition or being opposition leader or have 18 seats or 19 seats, right? The question, that question that you are asking should be asked to the people who keep voting for her.
Nice. And you're quite correct, Pastor Will. But there's a second part to that. In light of the information that is in the public domain. You see, we could only continue voting for Kamala because the police haven't arrested and charged her for all the number of things that she's responsible to be charged for. But when the police drag their feet, right, and don't give justice to this nation for all the criminal offenses that take place among these politicians, that is what happens. You understand? They come out in your face and say, well, nobody in lockup, you understand, and them kind of thing, and take it to the police, take all the information to the police when they have all the information, you understand, that they should be taken to the police and it never apparently reached, or it reached and didn't do nothing with it. So it's one part for the duncy head people in this nation to not think rightfully. As I told them, we have to destroy the UNC and then pull up the stocks of the PNM, which is to, after destroying the UNC, form a genuine party who really want this nation to go forward to challenge the PNM in certain things, because the PNM have no challenges right now. The UNC makes no sense. But as I tell you, it still have 19 seats of people who go in and vote and say, well, yes, that's making sense for them. But Pastor Google, I looked on and listened, I'll even somebody else contribute.
All right, thank you very much.
Shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. Suddenly we don't rock with them.
Pastor Google, it's a long time I haven't been on your program. I quite agree with the last caller. I just called to say that. And to you, keep up the good music. I like what you did with Gerard Nurse. I said it on Facebook that he's supposed to be one of the artists of the year. Thanks to you, Pastor Google. Okay? Thank you.
To build you up, that's right. Just to pull you down, they will set you up, that's right. For you to lose your crown. If you fool me once, then shame on you, and if you fool me again, then shame on me. Suddenly we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so, rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so, rock away, rock away. Rock so, rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so, go away, rock so, rock away.
So I'm still taking your calls on 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, and 466-5391. So those are the numbers you can call to get into the program. I hear the callers and I understand what they're saying, but I want to show you something. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, you know, it's this sad thing about what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago with corruption. You know, we just come across certain people. You know, when the UNC was in power, we have a person who's supposed to be a lawyer come in Parliament and read out the information on a live sport. And from today right now, we can lock up these people and who was under all this corruption through live sport. Section 34. Treason against a whole country. Email gate. Prison gate. And then we have the amount of corruption on these people, and you know, the investigation, who's supposed to be doing the investigation and passing it over to the DPP. Things that take so long in this country for these people to do the investigation and lock up people in this country for corruption. And it's so sad to the people at Trinidad and Tobago to see this going on, and these people in front of the face just talking. You understand? We had in housing, had corruption, real corruption in housing. Every ministry in Trinidad and Tobago and in the UNC was corruption. Forged papers. You understand? Somebody who now holding a position like Rishmi end up holding a big position in Trinidad and Tobago.
But she didn't hold it, eh? She did not hold it.
Hello?
Caller?
Hello?
Yeah, she did not hold the position. She was recommended for the position. So when you said just
right.
that she held the position, I just want to correct that. She didn't hold the position.
Right. We had in the Prime Minister office that same thing with the thing where it was stated that she sit and then I'll check the certain radio station and thing. Did you know about that part too? I don't want to call the person name who was
any name, but I hear you.
Team about that.
I hear you.
That was in the courthouse and laws England or something, the highest court England. when we had Gary Gifford as the commissioner of police, and I had to say this thing was a whole cover-up thing because we had all the information coming through the House of England, and the police couldn't get no information on it. It's real. But Pastor Google, we wait and we watch and we hope I won't turn 99 before somebody actually get locked up for corruption in Trinidad. Have a blessed day.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
I want to change the program. I just want to address something. I come like one of the undecided voters. And what I know, I listen all different frequencies. I listen morning program, I listen your program.
Right.
Evening program, or the evening program is like a hot number. That individual running a race, she is suffering from people on the life just like yourself. But what I noticed, that two individuals that's come calling, which like the rights, and make the contribution, but calling the government section, Mary Bontans and PNM students, and then just get one of the longest set of talk out. And I just noticed, well, you just put certain people in the tracker, but evening.
Yeah, but I hear what, right? I hear you, and everybody.
No, what I say, I'm not blaming you.
Yeah, but hear what I'm saying to you, though.
Yeah.
You see, I hear you, and that is how some people choose to do their stuff. I can't, and I can't have you, you know what I mean, talk about any of my colleagues.
Correct. Well, I sorry for already calling, but I don't want to join why it is here. Sorry for calling.
Right.
It's about why it is here.
All right.
And they're getting the longest at that time out.
Yeah, well, that's something you had to take up with the announcer.
I don't understand.
Right. All right. So anything else you want to talk about? Because as I said, I don't really want to engage into that kind of discussion.
But I'll follow listen. That's all I call the correct thing. I don't understand. That's what I mean. You need calling it.
All right, my brother. Thanks very much.
All right.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Yeah. I changed my number. What? TSTT, they cut the line. Before they cut the line in this area, my phone went down. And TSTT had no interest in fixing it, so I went with Flow. Yeah. But now they cut the line, and the line is missing. Somebody asked, well, I think a question about the UNC, and then you said the real question is to ask the UNC people why they're still staying with the party. And of course, I cannot speak for UNC people that I don't even know. People have all kinds of motives for what they do, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people, all up in Tiaco and Diego Martin and Maya Rowe and all everywhere. Even in Pinal that I don't even know. I have stayed with the party, and I have traditionally supported this party, which comes from the same source as the ULF and the DLP before. Because, well, when I started supporting, what I had observed and continue to observe now is that when you compare the middle and lower level people that I know and what we get in the news and in our impression of the country, in both parties, at the middle and lower level, the UNC people seem to be doing better, even though the TNM had been in power longer. And for the oil booms and whatnot were handled by the TNM. And the oil and gas booms and so on. And I felt, well, even though I may not understand all of it, just like you may not understand why a particular vehicle is performing better, if it has a track record, you would tend to want to go with that. So this vehicle called the UNC seems to be delivering even out of government. So there's something about these UNC people that even when they don't have access to the funds of the nation, that's working for them. I don't know what it is in great detail. As I say, I only know who I know. But I'm satisfied that I'm going to stay with the better performing vehicle. And until such time, no, there will be issues that bother me from time to time. I'm not trying to pretend that all is good and all is bad according to whom I support. Of course, there will be issues. But as one of our, I don't know if he calls here anymore, I've been listening for a while, Mr. Princeton would say, it's a binary decision. You have to go one way or the other. Or you could abstain, or there's these other parties and so on. And out of the two major parties, it's one way or the other. I have chosen to go with the UNC. Somehow their followers seem to be following something, whether it's the party or whatever it is they're following, I'm going with them. That's why I have stayed in the party. And that's why the party, under any leader, right, would get this amount of votes. And there's always going to be a toss-up to some degree as to who will win the election between PNM and UNC. But I give PNM the edge because I think their supporters are willing to take a lot more blows for their party than UNC supporters. Because the party has been there longer and it's been cultivated in them a longer period that you have to stay with the party. So the PNM has the edge, but it's always going to be close. So the UNC will get in there from time to time. That's the reason. I don't know if it helps anybody. Thank you so much, Pastor Goldberg.
Well, I was hoping that you would have stayed on the line. I didn't know that you
I'm here. I'm still here.
Okay, so you're saying that you are supporting the UNC because they deliver on the...
I don't know if it is the delivery of the services and so on, because as I say, they haven't been in power many times.
But you said that even though they're not in power, they're delivering.
No, I'm saying that people seem to be doing better.
How are they doing? What do you mean they're people? What do you mean by that?
The traditional UNC blocks that you can basically count on these blocks of votes, Central and South and one or two in East.
How are they doing better?
Well, there's less crime. There's more home ownership. There's you tend to look at the scholarship lists and so on. In the professions, in business and that kind of thing.
So is that? But that has nothing. That has to do with government. I'm asking, why do they support them? Why are they supporting them? Those things that you're calling out, they are personal things that they do, that you as an individual can do for yourself, which is start a business. In your community, you all could be more together. What it is? Why do you all support?
I want to do with people who do these things.
What's that?
I want to do with people who perform like this, and they are in the UNC, so I'm there.
Yeah, but they're still answering, why do you support the UNC when you see all that has been happening when they are in government? Why still support them?
All kinds of things happen all the time here, no matter who is in government.
No. We're talking about specifically. We're talking about specifically like when, like live sport. We see what happened with live sport. We see
Didn't that go through the process? Didn't that go through the process of investigation and courts and so on?
Are you still happy with what you got out of that?
I am not happy.
Well, and that's what I'm asking. Even though you're not happy with what happened in live sport, are you happy with what happened with the water treatment plant?
I am not happy with that either.
All right, but you're still willing to.
TNM.
But you're still willing to put them back into office.
Water treatment plant was shut down under the PNM. That contract was shut down under the PNM. The highway was shut down under the PNM.
Wait, no, Mr. Pinal. The highway to Point 14 is still going on. It's in shut down. But the highway to Point 14, the decision to have it built under the contractor that was bankrupt. Were you happy about that?
Well, you see, we are using different terminology.
No, I'm just asking you clearly. Hear what? I'm going for a break. I'm going for a break and come back. I'm going to play a video, and I want you to respond to the video if you can get back in. But clearly, Mr. Pinal, I'm hearing you, and I hope that the listeners are hearing you. Because you made a point just now when I point out to you about live sport. You said no, you're not happy about how live sport turned out under the UNC.
You moved to the other point.
Right. So I'm going for a break. I need to take a break and come back. When I come back from the break, Mr. Pinal, I want to play a clip, and I'm going to ask the question again because the caller brought the point across. Okay?
Well, if I get through, so you want me to hang up and then I'll try again, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Diamond Publicity presents Bowdy, a lingerie affair. July 2nd on board the luxurious Embassy Yacht. Boarding by the breakfast shed for 6 p.m., sailing for 7. Music by
Y'all ready for this?
DJ Everslick Overload Vibe. Vibes! MC Duke and Selector Kachi. DJ Bruce Wayne.
Yes, Naya.
Selector Shane and more. Ladies, tickets $100. Guys, you pay $175. It's all about ladies in lingerie. For tickets, call or WhatsApp Tiana at 763-4479, Stefan 786-6068, Diana 337-2838, or Natisha's Nails Artistry at Booth 17 Orleans Mall, Charlotte Street, 357-9860. No oversized coolers and strictly no glass bottles allowed. Bowdy, a lingerie affair.
You never see your life, 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 you never said no lie to me.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. Don't know.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Family and friends, we are loving it. The value of it, we are loving it. KFC's new belly full bucket is the talk of the town. Make the young and the old gather round for a belly full of laughs. A belly full of love. A belly full of joy. A belly full of fun.
Fill your family and friends with a bellyful bucket from KFC. Get 10 pieces of delicious chicken and 4 regular sides for $129. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108. Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 919 FM.
This
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill, and you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's not wet.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check out the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You every Friday evening from 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the Street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He had showeth thee, O main, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. In the name of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly. For further information, call 753-1133 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com. Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Burn your belly. I don't understand why you can't keep it real with the black man. Keep it real.
Thank you for staying on the live. Thank you for staying on the live. I really appreciate this. Thank you guys very much for staying on the live. And, you know, the first caller would have woken up a question that I am intending to go through the rest of the program with. After all we show and after, but I want to just inform some of the listeners that even though, and it's a big out on behalf of the government, where they do not and they take too long to highlight some of the things that they are doing to bring justice to Trinidad and Tobago. They don't. They take too long to highlight it. So while you might be sitting down in your house thinking, oh, Pastor Google, you showing all them things, but nobody in getting locked up, nobody in before the courts, nobody in this, nobody in that. And because it's not being said frequently or all the time, what is happening? That is the view. That's from a first caller. So your view is that, oh, nothing like what going on, nothing is going on, Pastor Google. All of this you playing, and only when you only come up, them things only come up when there's election, and nothing will happen. We don't hear nothing what going on. That is not true. And as I said earlier on, the government is dropping the ball with keeping the country informed on the issues that the cases and the different matters that are before the courts. What is going on with that? The reality, that is the reality of it. But coming out of that statement, we are now at the door of asking, after seeing all these things that are happening with the UNC and with the leader, Ms. Bissessa, Ms. Bissessa is now standing at the door and asking the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to support her in the local government elections and in a general election that is coming up. And it is appearing and it is sounding and it is looking as though the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago is willing to give her a second chance. You know what I'm saying to you? That is how it is appearing, that is how it's looking, that is how it's sounding. So we asked the question to Mr. Penal and to UNC supporters, why do you all, or how is it when you see all these things before you, right? How it is you all are still willing to support the UNC? What Mr. Penal said, I asked Mr. Penal, I bring up the live sport. I said, Mr. Penal, are you happy with the way live sport was handled in this country? Mr. Penal turned and he said no. But he also turned and said that it did not go through the natural justice and whatever. Forgetting, or I don't think he forget, but playing with words to tell us that, hey, it went through the court system, you know. Nothing come out of that. All you really feel all you're trying to say. That happened because Ms. Bissessa stood up in the parliament and read out a raffle sheet of things that made it public, made everything public, that would have definitely destroyed the live sport case. Any lawyer will tell you that. But you know what? This one, I want to play this one for the first caller. See if you all remember this. You need to come on the live to see it, eh?
Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi has filed for judicial assistance in the United States to subpoena bank records of local contractors and their families in order to trace the source of funds connected to multi-million-dollar properties bought in Florida. These contractors were named in 2016 civil lawsuit to determine whether the monies they allegedly corruptly received in Trinidad and Tobago were funneled to U.S. bank accounts. In the application that was filed in October 2017 at the U.S. court, the state indicated that the evidence would assist in a pending civil matter before the Trinidad and Tobago High Court of Justice on behalf of HTC, EFCL, and EMBD and their line ministries. The AG explained in the court documents that they were seeking evidence to support a claim filed by the HTC and its line ministry against 9 defendants and to support a series of claims made by punitive claimants and the respective line ministries against several contractors and public officials in Trinidad and Tobago for fraud, bid rigging, breach of fiduciary duty, among other things. In 2016, then Minister in the Office of the Attorney General Stuart Young called a news conference outlining the contemplated civil action brought against the named contractors who allegedly engaged in illicit cartel behavior prior to the September 2015 general election. Back then, Young had identified the companies shown here. In court documents obtained by TV6 from the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida, the Trinidad and Tobago government said it is believed that some of the contemplated defendants used the proceeds of this corruption scheme to purchase real property and or open bank accounts in the Southern District of Florida. The Trinidad and Tobago government is seeking discovery on this property owned by the Ramnaths at Northwest 120th Avenue Plantation, Florida, which real estate websites valued between US $1.7 and $2 million. And this high-rise apartment owned by the Ramits, a Diplomat Oceanfront Residences condominium in Fort Lauderdale on the beachfront, which can fetch from anywhere between US $1.1 to $7.9 million. Young names several discovery targets that they expect to be subpoenaed to testify at the deposition in a civil action at the Attorney's Law Office of Arnaldo Lacayo, representing the TT government in this matter. The government asked that real estate agents involved in the transactions of the properties, lawyers and other related businesses make themselves available at a date and time to be announced. Other real estate agents involved in the purchase of other unnamed properties were summoned to testify, as well as TNM Enterprises Florida Incorporation, Global Supplies Florida, J2 Investments registered in Florida, all owned by Taradath Ramnath and his wife. There were also requests to subpoena the bank records of Wells Fargo for the following individuals. They included Arvin Kalu, his wife Anya Kalu, as well as his brothers Pravin and Aaron Kalu and mother Kalwati. Added to that list was Premchand Ramit, now deceased, and other members of his family. Also Taradat Ramnath, his wife Meena Ramnath, and daughter Jimny Ramnath. A similar request was also made to JP Morgan Chase Bank to subpoena the bank records of TNM Enterprises, as well as J2 Investments Incorporation, Global Supplies Florida, as well as the Ramnaths, including his son Jason Ramnath, a senior standing alongside a Lamborghini. However, on July 23rd of this year, the Attorney General through Lacayo filed a motion to amend the application asking for the scope of financial institutions and businesses that might have conducted business with some of the contemplated defendants be widened. 1 day later, Judge Alicia Ortiz-Reyes granted the motion, allowing the AG to further collect evidence from several other banks in Florida, as well as from Meena Ramnath, the wife of one of the defendants. Permissions was also granted for collection evidence from Jamie Ramnath, the daughter of one of the contemplated defendants, who is said to be the treasurer of J2 Investments and is believed to have a substantial amount of the proceeds of fraud in her account at JP Morgan Chase. Both women reside in Florida, the court documents revealed. What the AG also noted in his amended application was that the registered agent for the company's Global Supplies, Florida, J2 Investments, and TM Enterprises, Florida, owned by TN Ramnath, Zafia Khan, in a deposition given on December 12, 2017, revealed Ms. Khan did not know what the business of each company was, despite appearing for them as registered agent. Moreover, bank statements produced by Ms. Khan on behalf of the companies show that the companies received loans from TNR. Judge Reyes, in granting the amended application, stated that it is not unduly intrusive or burdensome as the application requests evidence of the discovery targets. The judge also indicated these parties will not be parties to the proceedings in Trinidad and are not expected to become parties. Thus, the need for this discovery is more apparent. In late August, Meena Ramnath and her daughter Jamie filed a motion to quash the subpoena for deposition through their lawyer Elizabeth Parker. The Ramnaths claim an undue burden has been placed on them and believe the sole purpose of the subpoenas for deposition is to harass and annoy. The judge reserved judgment on this motion when the matter was heard on the 6th of this month. Meanwhile, the substantive hearing filed by the AG for judicial assistance was expected to be heard late yesterday evening before Judge Reyes at the U.S. Courthouse in Miami. Since September 3rd, TV6 News had reached out to AG Faris Al-Rawi and sent documents and questions to him. All he would say was that specific things were being done. WhatsApp messages also to Minister of National Security Stuart Young were read, but no response was forthcoming. Mark Besant, TV6 News.
If you fool me once, then shame on you. Shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. And enemy, we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away, rock away. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away. They will tell you they love you, but they lie. Let me tell you about that you friendly me,
So, my question today, and we keep asking that question, we're going to keep asking that question. And if anybody could answer, if anybody from the UNC could answer, we'll appreciate it. All of these things happened under Miss Kamala Persad-Bissessar. And we're still willing to give her. The UNC seats don't change. They don't change. And they're willing to give her. They want her to get another chance. I don't know. Me, I just watching and listening. Mr. Pinal would have indicated to us another reason why he supports the UNC is because he said to us that when he watched in his community and he watched around what's happening with south of the Caroni Bridge and what is happening with the people there is one of the reasons why he will keep supporting the UNC. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Hugo.
Yes, sir.
I too was trying to follow Mr. Pinal with his logic as usual, but I was glad that he was able to engage him. But it appears to me that he didn't use the toilet for the morning. So, Mr. Pinal, go in the washroom and squeeze your head. And let's go back to the matter at hand with why people continue to support this UN. As I say, Pastor Hugo, it is because
all right.
Even in light of the fact that people have so many questions supposed to be answered to law enforcement of that, Pastor Google, last but not least, what we see given out in society, mostly by the people on top, is a pass for all this information that you see going on here, a pass and no set of active engagement into finding out and getting to the bottom of what that is.
Did you not hear what I just played? How could you say that people getting a pass when you just heard me? I went at lengths to try to find that clip to play it for you, and you're now saying to me that they get a pass.
Well, I watched Pastor will forgive me. I went in the fridge just now.
Well, right, but then oh no, that is what is up. No, you laugh, but that is what is upsetting, because you would say something, you would come on the radio, and what you say is influential, because somebody will hear you say that. They will now jump into a vehicle, because you know that we are live on radio. We have maxi taxi drivers who play us, taxi drivers who playing us, and somebody would have heard what you said. And I now said, okay, but what he's saying there is not totally true. So I went and I find the information to play it. You know, you will listen to it. And you're coming back again to say people getting a pass when I just played for you the lengths that this government is going to try to implicate and also get back our money. You know, it's come back again.
Well, you see, Pastor Hugo, I want to agree with you 100%, but I also want to add something. You see, when it is left up to the government to go after people who commit these acts to either get back money or whatever redress, what are we paying our police service for? Because many times...
No, but there are some cases, sir, if it is outside the jurisdiction of... No, you don't understand it, because you're only blaming... You see, you want to... See, if that's why I'm upset that you did not listen to the clip. Because you're blaming the police now when the matters are before the courts. That's what I'm saying. I'm not understanding your reasoning.
It have matters that should be before the court, but it is not there because of the police, because they choose not to investigate Pastor Google.
All right. Well, I just
making light of the fact that
while you may have went
all these things I'm speaking about.
All right. So while you may have went again in your fridge or went somewhere else, again we would have cleared up all of that too. So my question to you is, or my statement to you is, if you're saying, while saying that, I want to say to you, sir, that if I stand up and like what they want to do the Attorney General right now. You see what Ms. Bissessa did in Parliament with live sport?
Yes.
Read it out like a raffle sheet and prejudice the case.
But there should be a price for that, Pastor.
There is nothing for that. There's nothing for that in law.
And the politicians don't want to put a price in place for
you
that.
You can't say that.
But it should have a price.
And look, the Attorney General, and you know you will not commend the Attorney General, present Attorney General, for putting something in place for that. Where he stood up to the media and he stood up to certain people in Trinidad and Tobago and let them know you are not going to allow me to do what Ms. Bissessa did, which is to read out the raffle sheet of the case to prejudice it. We don't give kudos where kudos is due. We only find fault and condemn, and that is why you would hear people like Dominic Kande saying that you see good people like the present Attorney General and others will not want to come into politics because of things like that. Because you are condemning them when a man is standing up. When you could call in and say, here what? I want to commend the Attorney General for not doing what the former Prime Minister did to prejudice cases that could bring us justice in this country. You understand what I'm telling you?
I honestly wasn't aware of that.
Again, you wasn't aware.
If it is so, I must give praise. Because, as I say, many times the politicians don't want to put things in place that will harm them or force them to give an account for some of the decisions that they're making. But as I say, I wasn't aware that that was done by this present Attorney General. So kudos to him if it's so.
If it's so, well, no, man. I got to find it to play it for you to hear.
Oh. Yes, I would love that.
All right, but then don't say if it's so. I will find it for you to hear it.
Well, I know he's a man who give gimmick information, so I'm going along with what you tell me.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Pastor Google. Take care.
Yeah, man. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, all the callers and listeners on 91.9 and constructive talk. I heard you mention something about that gentleman who lived across the Carney Bridge, and he said when he see what happened across there, that is why it probably influenced him to vote for the UNC.
That's basically what he said, yeah.
Right. What I will want to add to that, everything that they get across the Carney Bridge, when you read, is through the PNM government. Because after Carney, what was a drain on this country would have stopped producing anything, went into bankruptcy, and even before that, the PNM government under Dr. Eric Williams would have bought the sugar company from Tite and Lyle, I think it was. They are the colonials, bought it for this country, so that the persons who have a large percentage of Indian descent, that they could continue to work and make a living. And when it stopped making money because of the change in the market price and what was happening in Europe and all that, no real big need for sugar again because they found their own way to do the sugar and all that, this government, the PNM government, still kept it afloat, writing off billions in debt. And then when they couldn't carry it no more, the currently workers who have large percent of Indian descent, they got the largest retrenchment packet in Trinidad and Tobago and in the Caribbean. On top of that, they got land. The land wasn't to be sold. It was to be used for agriculture. They could build a house and do agriculture. Then Point Lisas was built, so they went into that. So everything that they get across there, it was due to Dr. Eric Williams and the PNM government. UNC had nothing to do with that. UNC has not done any infrastructure and done anything of significance that they could watch and see or program. Everything they would have done is always mad in controversy, corruption. They bring the failed company, the Beacon water water plant in bill, the company gone, all the money gone with them. They start the Point 14 highway, it is finished. They did start the crepe interchange. It was in course overrun. Some part did collapse. This government, TNM again, had to come and do it at a much lower price, and it goes on and on. So they're very deceitful, and underneath, to say it's because of UNC with anything why they voted. UNC has not done anything for this country that we could sit back now and say, yes, this was done. What we are saying, we hold it, we are not balling, oh God. All the money gone. Why we can't bring back the money? Why they don't get the money? Guys always having it. So anybody who wants to support UNC now is because, I am saying my opinion, it's about the quick cash. Eat today and nothing tomorrow. Thank you, Pastor Gogo. You have a blessed one.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Pastor Gogo.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi again. A couple months ago, Tina was interviewing at the constituency.
You're sounding very muffled. I don't know what's going on there.
All right. You hear me now?
Yes.
Right. A couple of months ago, Pina was in an interview on a different frequency. Right, with the two long outstanding journalists.
Yeah.
Morning program.
I want to say something about that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That was on the election was coming up in Tobago. And them was asking why it is Miss Bissessa do not contest any seat in Tobago. Here was Mr. Penal point of view. That Miss Bissessa need to contest no seat in Tobago because Watson, Joke and Farley and them could handle that because that Tobago is a different scenario. They ask me what you mean scenario. Here we're spinning and beating. You like to spin wrong. Everybody beating wrong to see. Tobago is one ethnic group. That's why beating wrong to see. And Tobago now, because handle they self, so this society need and let and want Tobago to win so that we TNM could get bump off. What Penal I want to tell you, and I understand what Penal saying. The UNC could do any kind of dirty works. He was supporting us coming up aside Bissessa and the UNC because it's the same ethnic group like him. That is what he beating on. I want to tell here, but I taken up that, my words. Not the radio station. That's what Penal telling you. I will support her because she's a woman and she's the same ethnic group. The UNC could do what? Penal will support them. He tell Tony and Dale that. They could do what he will support UNC because they're the same one of us. One of mine. You tell them that on the morning show. I pass a go.
All right. Very interesting. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. And you know that is why I called. Because this morning, I'm on another frequency, a prominent East Indian radio program on a morning. Called the host. Same thing. And you see, and this is the problem we have. I tell them I used to call a particular, and respect is most important. Call a particular radio station. I know what I used to tell you. You have to say the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bissessa before you make a statement there. I call the radio station this morning and question, doubles man, and we want subsidy for doubles man and subsidy on flour. So I said to them, I said, how could you give us subsidy on anything when the Revenue Authority bill has not passed? If the Revenue Authority bill been passed, and I could collect some taxes from the doubles man, I'd have been able to know how much flour the doubles man use, and I've been able to subsidize the doubles man. Then the conversation move on. That same gentleman called him. There you go. Call him the microbiologist. And if you all listen to this statement, and he called to tell them that don't let me call them because that I am a racist person and I this and that and that. And if you listen to his commentary, he still vote for the UNC. And you could tell him all the allegations of corruption against the UNC. Live sport, you could name it. I have a man with 2 tickets. The night of the election, he have one for Panama, UNC, Panama, PNM, Panama, UNC, Miami. And where did he go to? But you cannot raise anything that the UNC had done that is immoral or illegal between 2010 to 2015 against. This morning, a man raised a conversation about Costa and plagiarism. Right? About plagiarism. And I had to call the radio station to ask them. I said, Olive don't want me to talk about between, because when I call them, the man said, I'm in charge here, and you've been saying the same thing over and over and over. And time gone. I said, but this doesn't seem to be balanced. I say because people could call here to tell me about Call the Heart and this one and that one. And when I call here, I can't see what I would like to say. I say because I have a man with a ticket, $400 million for a water treatment plant and leave and gone. And that is why I keep saying morality. The morality that they expect from the PNM, they don't have. You can't get that from them. Robinson was there and told us after 1818 that these people have no morality. So what do you expect from them? I know what they tell me. If they didn't close down the youth camp, and if they didn't close down this and it, and I had to call and ask, who closed down the youth camp? Under Basdale Pandey youth camp was closed down because why? What are the argument that they didn't have enough what? Africans. I had to tell them, I say a man made a statement at one time. There isn't enough East Indians in the police service. So how are we to go anyway when we have a group of people who have made 4 generations here and still see themselves as East Indians? Is that possible? To have unity? Pastor Google, enjoy your day. Well, tell her, let's wake up soon, you know. We in a mess. Wake up soon. And let me ask you one more thing, Pastor Google. Anybody, they say, flour going up, and July the 1st, I think, Kiss is going to raise 13%. That means the bread is going to raise by $1.85, $1.89. If you raise 13% on every dollar. So that carries you to $1.89. Anybody ask any one of these small bread producers if a house bread, what's the price of a house bread going to be? Anybody ask the next flour manufacturer in Trinidad and Tobago, is your flour cheaper than NFM flour, than the flour that's made on the National Flour Mill? Nobody's asking these questions, but everybody targeting the flour mill and the government. And forget there are a whole group of other people underneath that who benefit from that. Pastor Google, enjoy it.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, but I listen to that same program for the morning when they try to cut you off and tell you this kind of thing. But what I want to find out from Mr. Pinal, on that same program, a morning he was making some statement, and he used a remarks. Yes.
Don't use it, please. Don't use it, please.
No.
I beg you.
Is that what African people now? Why they hold on to this stupid clothes? Right? I want to understand what you mean by African stupid clothes. And I turn and say, I mean the clothes are good enough. But why you make that statement that why African people hold on to the stupid clothes? On that same program that we are talking about.
Okay. All right.
Taiwan.
All right, so we're going to play a clip for you guys. Listen to this. Listen to this. All right. Boy, oh boy. I don't know now.
The controversial live sport program has been immediately terminated. The decision was announced by the Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar in the lower house on Friday. As Peter Christopher explains, Mrs. Persad-Bissessar expressed great disappointment that the program supplemented crime as opposed to suppressing it.
Because of the actions of a few, this program will have to be halted.
The announcement made by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar after revealing some of the findings of an audit report conducted on the live sport program. The report, which was done in the wake of media reports which raised serious questions about contracts which were handed out by the program, confirmed major discrepancies. The revelations read out like a rap sheet.
Just now. So listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago. So they did an audit. They did an audit on the live sport. Ms. Bissessar did an audit on the live sport. Ms. Bissessar did an audit on the live sport. And she's reading out like a raffle sheet what they found in the audit. Before Ms. Bissessar just left the audit in the hands of the police or in the hands of the DPP. She didn't do that. What she did was came to the parliament and read it out like a raffle sheet. I want you to hear, because at that point in time, we were like, yes, look at the madness that took place on the live sport. Hear the kind of drama. Listen to this. But we didn't understand that she fully well understood what she was doing when she read it out like a raffle sheet. Listen to this.
The review, as contained in the report, has revealed a number of discrepancies which include the following: procurement breaches, a deviation from the mandates of cabinet, the involvement of some persons in criminal activities, fraud by suppliers, theft of equipment.
Fraud by suppliers, theft of equipment,
breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, and poor control and monitoring by officers of the ministry.
The Prime Minister said she was disappointed that the program, which was developed to turn youngsters away from the lure of criminal activities, instead became a hub for such activities.
And this is where I must express my personal deep disappointment and dismay that a program that was intended to save lives, to build lives, was used by a group of people for fraud and personal gain. This group of people who derailed the good intentions of the program have in effect given their support to criminality in some cases rather than to our young people.
The Prime Minister confirmed that the findings of the report conducted by the Audit Committee were serious enough to be forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Acting Commissioner of Police.
Further, I have accepted the recommendations of the Audit Committee, and in that regard I have instructed the Honourable Attorney General to turn the report over to the Director of Public Prosecutions and the Commissioner of Police to investigate, detain and prosecute those guilty to the fullest extent of the law.
The Prime Minister says the situation has also confirmed the need for new procurement measures to be established to avoid similar instances of corruption in the future. Peter Christopher, C.
Oh, they leave me alone, eh?
Memorial service for the 90.
They will come around you and support your eye. Then they will disappear. That's right. When you need a blind. If you fool me once, then shame on you. Shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. Suddenly we go rock with them. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away, rock away. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away. Lie on the fake and you can't trust none of them.
Names and ages born on the site where the building once stood here on Collins Avenue. Family.
Tell you how, nobody nasty like them. Let me tell you about got the friend of me, got the friend of me, got the friend of me, got the friend of me. They will pretend to build you up, that's right, just to pull you down. They will set you up, that's right, for you to lose your ground. If you fool me once, then shame on you, shame on you. And if you fool me again, then shame on me. Suddenly we don't rock with them. Go away, rock so. Rock away, better rock so, rock so, rock so. Go away, rock so. Rock away, rock away.
Came back into the country on half-day holiday on May 1st, correct?
That's correct, yep.
Since your return, there's been much press reports. There have been 3 statements in relation to an issue which arose out of a Miami court hearing, correct?
Before we get to that, may I ask if anybody else in the room wants to ask me any questions concerning the subject that we came here to discuss, Darren, if you don't mind? Does anyone else want to talk about public procurement and the statement which I made in Parliament today?
What do you want to talk about? Public what? Procurement? And what Ms. Bissessa said in the last clip I just told you, you all are not observant. You all are not listening. You all are not being observant as a nation. So they're taking us for fools. Going back to the Attorney General.
No one else wants to talk about the statement I made in Parliament today. Okay. So, in answer to the question, what's the question now? Well, yeah, so I asked, what's your question?
So, in your last press statement this year on Monday, you made a startling statement which said, I'll paraphrase. You said that you wanted to correct an anomaly in your first affidavit which you filed in relation to a motion filed by the defendant in the Piapo Airport case in Miami, which sought to strike you out as the main litigant or the representative of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the law firm, on the basis of a potential conflict of interest. You said in that the first statement that you were awaiting a call, you were awaiting a message from the client representative, Attorney General Acting Faris Al-Rawi, call you in your hotel room as you sat there near your phone, waiting to submit an additional affidavit to correct what you, on reflection, realized was not a totally accurate affidavit you filed in the first instance. What efforts did you make, if any, to contact Mr. Al-Rawi or seek follow to submit an amended affidavit to correct the court's record? As an attorney, you would realize that as a fundamental rule, that once you realize a court is being misled, it is upon your interest to correct the record as soon as you can.
May I make two comments on that series of questions, Darren? One is, I don't intend to make any comments beyond what I said in the statement that was published on Monday of this week, and I'm not going to change my mind on that. The second comment that I make is that you've asked so many questions rolled up into one long, rambling series of questions that if even I was inclined to answer them, I wouldn't know where to begin.
I could break it down if you like.
I'm not inviting you to. I'm not making any comments. I've said what I had to say in my statement. I assume everybody has read the statement. If people have not read it, I invite you to read it.
So what would you say to the growing chorus of calls to you as the titular head of the bar to step down on the basis of a potential breach of the Code of the Legal Profession Act and the ethics that govern the legal profession, where a lawyer ought to be forthright, truthful, honest with the court?
What I will say to that, Darren, is to repeat what I have said before. I have nothing further to say beyond what I said in my statement that was published on Monday. And ladies and gentlemen, if you all have no further questions on public procurement, then I think this media conference is over.
So they're trying to get him to talk about the case. And he's telling them, in other words, rock so.
They will tell you they love you, but they lie. Let me tell you about Ducky Frenemy.
I hope to get Mr. Penal back on the inside. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Hello, yes, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, it's Tony me, not Penal. Penal ain't go call back because that Foxtrot and Bolero he gave you this morning, let me tell you, I just feel sorry. I just wonder. And the children he taught, I wonder what we used to do to them, boy. That man dancing used to answer a simple question. But you see, Pastor Google, you know what it is? It is like, say, the people in Lavantil and Nova like to vote for the PNM and look with their thing. But I just tell people every day, the UNC changing the day, Shogunas, Siparia, all them countries down, all them districts down in the east, they're changing the vote. No, you don't hear nobody saying they're suffering, they have no water, they're out. But they like to, I had to tell somebody the other day about, Movan Lavantil people and they living in poverty and Beatum. I don't know where they get that. They never go in a house in the Beatum and see the condition the people house in. They have better appliances than you and me. Yes? Since listen, Pastor Google, the Pinal, give me a break now. You could fool Dale and Tony on a morning with your go bar, but you can't come and fool we on this station with your nonsense. And Pastor Google, the caller that young fella who like he didn't listen to the clip when you played, them so it's who the UNC, they get to tie up and tell them, Dr. Rowley, like all you hear the nonsense that going. Boy, when them dance this come out, boy, Pastor Google, you have real patience. Have a good evening. Bye.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Well, it's real rain here. Blast and stop and blasting and stopping. Yeah. I was referring to people of the UNC, which includes north of the Caroni as well, because they have significant support in Grandies, in Devastin and these places. And there's marginal seats, and that would be UNC supporters in significant numbers. So I was talking overall. I heard what you played, but you didn't play any convictions. You played some charges.
And my question is, with those charges and people being before the court, and when you hear what took place, how it is you all are still convinced that you can vote for something like that?
Well, in our system, a charge is basically one step ahead of a suspicion. But there's a long way to go before you can say that somebody did something or didn't do it. And with me, I kind of like to give the system a chance to work. I don't say, well, okay, I suspect and therefore it's true. The person has been charged and therefore it's true. The matter in court and therefore it's true. You know, I let it work its way through. And
so when I played about life sport, where Ms. Bissessa herself is saying that her government did an audit report. Wait. Her government did an audit report. She didn't allow the audit report to go before the DPP and the police to do their probe. She came and she read out like a raffle sheet the audit report, which prejudiced the case.
Did that come up in court that it was prejudice?
Oh my goodness. Don't do me that, Mr. Pina. I will wait. No. Don't do me that. I'm going to play it for you. I will play it for you. I don't say anything, Mr. Pinal, that I can't prove it.
I want to comment on it. My comment is that in that clip, she said it was going to the DPP and the police.
Yeah, but but when it went to the court, the lawyers and they said that it was prejudiced.
Well, I can't dispute that because I didn't follow it.
You didn't follow it? All right, I'm going to play it now.
I heard the charges. I want to make some more comments.
No, I want to play what the Attorney General had to say when it went before the court, because Anil Roberts, you see, Anil Roberts ran out himself.
Or should I try again?
What's that?
Do you want me to stay on the line while you play it?
No, Mr. Pinal, I'll play it and you will try back.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
I recall a story back in primary school about a greedy doggy.
was Susan. So the story goes. And since that's the moral, I trust him with no so. If you fool me once, shame on you.
All right, Mr. Pinal. I hope you're not by your fridge door. And you see me, this is why I feel like getting old. I feel like getting, I can't deal with this again, you know. I really can't. I can't deal with this anymore, you know. Serious. People literally think you're stupid, you know. Listen to this Trinidad and Tobago.
Adam Roberts is not in the clear just yet. This according to the Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi as he addressed issues with the live sport audit a day after the audit report was thrown out in the High Court and the former sport minister re-emerged on the UNC platform. Ian Wason has more.
Justice Mira Dina Mora had no choice but to quash the report into live sport. This is the view held by Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi as he spoke during a media conference at his new office in Richmond Street. He explained former Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar laid the report in the Parliament in 2014, thereby compromising the report.
And it is...
Olia, don't do me that now. Don't do me that, Mr. Pinal. Mr. Pinal, I went to school. My mother spent money to send me to school, Mr. Pinal. Mr. Pinal, I understand the English language. Mr. Pinal, it was a whole new story. Mr. Pinal, why are you doing me that? Why are you doing me that at 10 to 2 when I'm looking to come off the radio, Mr. Pinal? Why are you trying to take my listeners and trying to take me for a fool?
Therefore, something of public scorn that Mrs. Persad-Bissessar seems to have done something which very purposefully would have avoided a report standing in the public domain. And as I sat and I thought about this, I said to myself, this is a Section 35.
He added, the presumed vindication by the opposition leader, Vanel Roberts, who is tipped to return to the Parliament, is premature.
I can confirm to you that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has certified that there is an ongoing investigation into the live sport matter, and that investigation is continuing.
Mr. Al-Rawi explained while the report had been quashed, there is still material for investigations to continue.
Because we have the evidence, because we have the substance, because we have the invoices that were overbilled and doubled up, because we would have all of the material which the report would have simply said, look.
Mr. Al-Rawi claims while serving as the Prime Minister, Mrs. Persad-Bissessar allegedly passed the report to the head of the public service, who incidentally happened to be Creed, who was also named in the report. He said nothing was done with the report until Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley came into office. Ian Wason for C News.
Yo, going on? I good know. Hello, good afternoon. Could I have a minute? Hello, good afternoon. Yes, you have a minute.
Well, I will utilize the minute.
You got to do really quick because he adds on counting on me.
Because Mr. Pinal must understand the reason why we call you Pastor Google is because of the fact that it has been. I had was to bring him and call him out with his lies, his way, playing that he noticed, playing that he senseless. I want to advise him, now that you have resigned as a teacher, go to Google School and you will get to know what is fact, and you will get out of your tortoiseness. Like if you don't know what went on with your racial sports and other radio students, telling people that African people is less learned than Indians. I heard you with that.
All right.
I make the call.
Thank you
very much.
I'm out of here, Trinidad to be coming up next is Ify and our show. I think I work for my money today. Mr. Pinal, you made me work for my money for the month. The day program was a month pay, Mr. Pinal. I go on. Trinidad and Tobago, I really think I had a brain drain. Mr. Pinal, you brought me to the point of brain drain.
So
views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at